Welcome back, everyone, to Tabletop Notch. This is going to be Chapter 6 of Season 2 of A Peek Beneath the Veil. Wow, people are just jumping on the swag. It's already in motion. I thought there was an order of things, but we'll just do merch first. Welcome back, everybody. We'll say that first. We're thrilled to be back tonight. We'll be picking up right where we left off last time, which was in the literal heat of battle.
Can't we go backward and restart?
And load from the last save.
Alternatively, you could just try.
That would be
Quick load.
Please.
Quick load.
So we welcome all you back. As usual, thank you so much for joining us. We have a little bit of housekeeping to take care of before we dive back in. Starting with... What are we starting with? We'll start with this. Yes. Oh, I got
it.
Oh, merch.
Go ahead. We got merch. In case you've missed it for the last couple episodes. Command merch in the chat. There's hats, there's mugs, there's stickies. Oh, yes, we've rocked the Meddling God t-shirt, the most popular one to date. Go ahead and check it out. Patreons get a 20% off code for doing the highest tier, so go ahead and see if that suits your fancy at all. Oh, we got the mug. There you go.
Very good.
And that's it for that. I don't want to spend too much time on it, even though it's awesome.
Thank you to those who have already bought and are enjoying the merch.
Thank you so much.
It's gotten out already. I think it's
yeah, for sure. Point. Oh, you got it? Great.
I think so.
All right, if you're new and you're watching on Twitch live right now on Sunday night and you're on a desktop, take your cursor and hover over our stream. There's going to be a queue right where they're diddling there. And there's going to be quests, so like upcoming on the horizon stuff that our characters are focusing on, mostly probably for this episode, hopefully. Don't hurt it.
No, I was doing fine. That was mine.
Yeah, ow. I was punching.
We went to theater school.
Oh, God. Don't.
Excellent space work.
Oh, yes.
Oh, no.
No, I
We're
quit.
going to move on from this topic immediately. But feel free to utilize that at your discretion, whatever you want, if you're on a desktop. That's all I got.
If you missed the episode live, you can check out the podcast. We release the show in podcast form every Tuesday morning. It's on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, and some other ones. And if podcasts ain't your thing, what are you doing with your life? But that's cool because I shouldn't insult them.
Yeah, what the heck?
Rude. Well, don't you put this part out of the podcast now?
I do, yeah.
Okay, so insult them all
They
you
won't
want.
know. They won't know. Yes. We also re-air every episode on YouTube at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. We're in the chat. We answer questions. We make fun of each other. People pitch in and let us know what we should have done. And some people just catch up on the episode if they missed it. That's YouTube, 5 p.m. Eastern. Also,
you make our chat sound more backseat gaming than it is.
do I have something on my nose? Why do you keep tapping my nose? Why do you keep tapping
I'm
my nose?
itching my own nose, you
God.
jag.
It's because I'm wearing a backwards hat. I already feel self-conscious. I feel like I look like, hey, fellow youths.
Oh, no.
That was some community self-involvement. The achoo, I didn't sneeze.
A lot of you probably found us on social media. We're on social media. We're on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, at tabletopnotch.
Yes.
Most of the big ones, right?
No, that's all of the big ones.
And also,
Yes.
well, you haven't developing an app. No, I'm not.
We're on.
It's we're on.
Join us also Discord. We have a growing community of people sharing their own homebrews, commenting and asking questions about ours. Lots of fan art, which is been
cool.
like it blows our mind every time. Thank you for that. There a few emotes and cool stuff that you can get if you join us there. We will add more to that. I promise.
Speaking of homebrew,
Oh.
we also, for patrons of the second tier and up, have access to our very expertly crafted, using the homebrewery, official-looking homebrew content. This is last month's. This is Erland's sepsis abilities. We're shouting it out again because soon, very soon, within the next few days, we'll be adding Bizarre's draft jacket. For those of you who remember the draft jacket,
Work in progress.
Yeah, so that should be coming very soon. So it'll be more monthly homebrew drops using the homebrewery. Once again, they're awesome. Try out their stuff.
Yes, they also
Yes.
they also not a Kickstarter. They have a Patreon as well. If
Yeah.
you ever want to check them out, it's the Natural Crit, the home brewery.
Yes, natural crit.
You too can have your own magical Mike and a Juice camelback that makes you powerful.
That's
Oh my gosh.
That's how she threw that shark, right? She was just like,
Yeah.
fuck you, shark.
oh, is that how she threw the
Yeah,
shark?
I think so.
That's good stuff. Final thing.
Yes.
All right.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Fast today.
I know this was terribly.
Low
We're getting
and
so good at it.
Oiled machine.
Let's not get
Yeah.
too ahead of ourselves, though. People that subbed while we were offline: Glass Bunny 159, Drashika from YouTube, I believe. Welcome. Lava Cargo, Trogoff, Buddy 1977, Karam to Calvo 666, Braz, Vincent Van Spock, the Huntsman, and then as we went live, Snapping Cobra did 500 bits, Mr. Jingleheimer did 100, Jacket, oh gosh, there's no vowels in this one. Jocker Boot Power, I'm guessing, is 100 bits. Nigelton, subscribe with Prime. Crazy Locha did 500 bits. Shut up. Jacket Power Boot, I'm gonna make this one up. Jacket Boot Power did 200 bits. Crazy Locha giving out 5 community subs. Snapping Cobra did another 50 bits. GF Powers did 100 bits. Crazy Locha with another community sub.
Oh my God.
The Huntsman, community sub gifted. Crazy Locha another one. 6 gifted subs. Snappy Cobra with a bit, and then Nigelton. I so apologize for that. 100 bits. I do. If you want to put it phonetically in the
It's
chat, I do try to remember.
Jack Rabbit Power.
Jack Rabbit Power.
Not Jack Boot Per.
Jack Boot.
No, it's just the first thing that comes to mind. I gotta roll with it.
And Vincent Von Spock is my brother. Hey.
That's a fun one. And then yes, if you want to put your phonetic pronunciation, I would love to get it right. So thank you all
Thank
so
you guys so
very
much. Oh my goodness, the hype train's begun already. Haven't even started. But without further ado,
Oh boy.
let us crash that train.
No, I don't want to crash. Let's stay on the train.
live in this
I like
happy
the
place.
train.
We're gonna throw it over to the intro, and when we come back, we'll dive into chapter 6 of season 2 of A Peek Beneath the Veil.
Why did I go
we go.
towards it?
Let's do it.
Why?
All right, everyone.
Yeah.
In season 2, chapter 5, the extent of grave descent. We scurried through the burrow on our way back from Bezafir, hoping to avoid additional Elatrian patrols now that we possessed a full box of ironwoods. Thankfully, we came across no such sentinels, but there was evidence that they had passed through very recently. A pressure plate trap had been installed near the exit, and an unwitting giant badger had fallen prey to the poison. Sad, to be sure, but the corpse proved useful as a makeshift shield, and we returned to the river with a lack of puncture wounds and only a mild twinge of guilt. Even knowing the way, traversing the flat stone crossing had its challenges, but a few well-placed coins kept a hungry Galebdur at bay, and it was only a short walk back to the clearing where we'd tied up our horses. While packing up our things, an unnaturally chilly air blew through, and with it a blood-red mist that swirled about until it took the shape of a barnacle-covered skeletal visage. We'd last seen this face back at the attack on Blom's house, shortly after rescuing Jillian Casivo. Events that felt like they'd taken place a lifetime ago. And it was clear that he had a bone to pick with Orba. As Celis had explained it, the person who bears the title of Reaper is chosen by the dead, but that doesn't mean that the decision is a unanimous one. This particular undead soldier questioned Orba's worthiness and demanded a duel at a place of her choosing before he would relent in his attacks. A showdown was set for the Myriad Meadow, about a day's ride north of here. But to prove he was not to be trifled with, the skeletal figure summoned forth several vampiric mists that sent our horses fleeing and sapped our strength as they drifted through the air. Safira quickly noticed that they seemed to be avoiding the streaks of light coming in through the canopy above, so we used the sun to our advantage as we stood our ground and beat them back. The victory had taken its toll physically, so we vowed to find a spot to rest once we put some distance between ourselves and the Elatrians, who were undoubtedly starting to realize what had happened in the crypts. As the river started to bend eastward, we spotted a caravan that was coming from the top shelf, an area with an abundance of mining claims that, on occasion, would offload their spoils in Vikapura. Immediately, we recognized an opportunity to get the iron roots shipped back to Niels Bogus, but something about the demeanor of the miners made us worry that they might just keep the goods for themselves. Some distance away from the main conversation, Graven consulted with a mute young man who confirmed our suspicions and provided an alternative solution, hiding the iron roots in a compartment under their wagon and seeing to the exchange himself. It seemed unlikely that we were going to find an option that was entirely free of risk, so Graven trusted his instincts and stowed the box, although Erland questioned whether the young man would be able to correctly care for the plants and keep them alive long enough to reach the city. Another hour of travel and the woods started to thin out, allowing us to see the bridge over the free-run river in the distance. And before we got ourselves entangled in whatever was going on at the Broken Crown outpost, we thought it important to be at full strength. So we found a spot to make camp for an unusually early bedtime, hoping to shake off whatever detrimental effects had persisted from our fight with the vampiric mists. While trading watches, Erland and Orba caught up on some lingering business from back in Vikapura, not the least of which was the note looted from Shakar's body that seemed to imply less malicious motivations than the party had been led to believe. Erland was right that Shakar had brought myconid extract to the duel in Bosworth's basement, but the question remained as to whether we could have simply walked away, and whether it was practicality or pride that led to a confrontation and a bloody end. Disoriented by rising in the dark of night, we saddled up and made for the bridge. But it wasn't long before Safira felt a curious tugging on her bow that came with sounds of whimpering animal spirits. Unsure if it was a wanting or a warning, we deviated from the road, and the compelling force grew stronger. Soon it wasn't just the bow, but all of our magic items, a frighteningly strong attraction originating from a shimmering tree that Orba recognized as recondite timber, a plant warped by magic that now feeds on arcane energy. With our precious assets sinking into the soil, Graven unleashed a burst of flame into the branches of the tree, and we asked ourselves, would the iron roots make it to Niels Bogus without being stolen by greedy miners? Was it possible to destroy the recondite timber before it finished feasting on the magic of our belongings? No. And did all hope of obtaining a giant badger spirit vanish when Safira suggested we tear its corpse apart and crawl through it? We find out now.
I'm sorry,
On
Fran.
season 2, chapter 6.
It's like thinking
He
about
was
it.
already dead.
Oh, no, fuck that.
Poor buddy.
With the backdrop of a night sky, the blistering heat that pours forth from Graven's fingertips spreads across the black like a torch dropped in a puddle of oil. The fire fueled by the magic contained within it as it spreads throughout the branches. A faster escalation of the inferno than you're accustomed to with this spell. Standing at the base of the tree, Erland can see that the items scattered around the roots have temporarily stopped further descent into the ground. But the bow in his hands provides proof that the force of attraction isn't subsiding, because every attempt to manipulate its position is met with stubborn resistance, like a broken cart stuck in the mud. The purple shimmer along the bark is now flickering erratically, and pulses of energy seem to be concentrating around clusters of leaves that swell with arcane vigor. As you watch the portion of the tree just beyond your outstretched hands crumble and turn to ash, one of the leaf clusters detaches at the stem and drops to the ground at your feet, and you feel a sudden warmth wash over your calves as embers start to coalesce into a sheet of flame. I need you to roll. It automatically fails dexterity saving throws, which is the burning hands as a dexterity saving throw.
Okay,
I need you to roll damage for the burning hands.
Okay.
And then Graven, Erland, and Safira, I need all of you to do dexterity saving throws as the tree fires back a similar flash of flame.
Oh no!
Gives as good as it takes.
Oh, so it's
All
not
right.
the thing that he hit evaporated. It's not like the tree branch fell and is now causing the ground. to
No,
catch fire.
Graven shot up sort of flames into the branches, and now these sort of pulsing sort
Yeah.
of coalescence of magic are dropping to the ground and makes sort of a ball of
Same
flame.
thing.
Yes.
That's bad.
Dexterity saving throw.
Give me the damage first. Give me the damage. of the-
3d6 on a fail.
I don't know. I don't know what I do. I don't know.
8.
8 fire damage. Okay,
fire
great.
damage.
And now dexterity saving throw.
10 for me.
14.
14.
Dexterity save 14.
What's your spell save DC?
Oh shit!
Also, hold please.
Oh my
14.
God.
So Safira and Graven pass, so you take half. You
Okay.
both take 4 fire damage.
Oh,
And Erland, you take the full 8 fire damage.
Okay.
So the cluster of leaves hits the ground. Spiral of flame goes out. That washes over the three of you. So you notice a couple of things. One is that the magic that you poured into the tree did seem to stop the magic items from continuing to sink into the ground. However, it sort of absorbed the energy and then fired magic back out at you as it was absorbing the fire from the flames. You do look at the trunk where you sort of spray the sheet of flame. It's blistered and cracked
Is
and
it
dry.
burning still, or is it?
It's like there's embers kind of on the tree. Yes, it's not
Okay.
like a
So
light
if I
of
were to
flame.
toss like a can of oil at it, like a glass of
That
oil,
could
then
ignite.
That would ignite.
That could
Okay.
ignite. Yes. So it doesn't look like it didn't damage the tree. It just looked like it sort of threw back that energy
Okay.
in the same
Make sure I
way.
have. Yeah, I do.
And I need everybody to roll initiative for me.
Oh man.
Look at that. Hey, look at us. That's a bad roll.
The tree is going to be last because it is slow.
Oh, I like that. That's
good.
I like that. Okay, 20 to 25.
Is a tree.
Oh, what you got?
20.
20.
Oh.
Natural love.
Oh.
15 to 20.
17.
Nice. Orba got an 18.
Wow, you guys wasted your rolls on
Against
the
the
tree that
tree.
can't fucking move.
Never awaits.
Okay. What did you get, Erland?
8.
Okay. and
saving
then
up
tree,
this.
right?
So what was the order there?
Graven, Orba, Safira, Erland, tree.
Right.
So the sensation is not that the bow, it's not like it's been released. It's just like if you're in an arm wrestle, it's kind of locked.
Yes, it has ceased further pulling to the ground, but it hasn't just like let go.
Right, but I
Yeah.
can't.
You might be able to manipulate it, but it's difficult.
Okay.
It's like pushing against, again, like a cart.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
stuck in
okay.
the mud almost. Doing so would be difficult, yes. All right, Graven. So you see this happen. All of this takes place in the matter of, seconds.
Yeah.
A flash of flame goes out, and then this little thing breaks off. Another ball of flame comes flying out after the tree.
Quick question, too.
Yes.
Is it damaging the magical items that are in the soil, this new fire?
We don't know. do we?
You can't. You mean
They
the
can't
when it dropped?
Yeah.
The thing.
Yeah.
It was kind of a blast, a flash of flame.
Okay.
Wooden items might be at risk if it's fire.
Or papery items.
It's in my bag.
It is. At the moment. But so it's hard to tell if that had any meaningful damage
Like
to the items. themselves.
fabric-y items, maybe?
Yeah, but again, it didn't look like that particular blast lit any of your items aflame, as far as you can tell.
Okay. Cool.
All right, Graven.
I'm gonna try some non-magical damage, and without my shield or mace, I'm gonna take out the metal mauls for some
Have that on you. Have that on you.
Oh yeah, and like see if I can find a spot where it was charred a bit,
Sure.
and
just step forward and a big boom. Go ahead and make an attack roll for me.
Awesome.
Okay. That'll be 21.
That hits.
There we
Open
go.
it.
is a tree.
It is a
Let's
stationary.
see if I can do anything.
It dodges.
8 bludgeoning.
8 bludgeoning damage. Great.
Yeah.
Swing them all. You go right for that spot in the center, and it goosh connects, and like a chimney that just got rattled, like a bunch of ash kind of falls off from where the impact point hit. It doesn't seem to react to the physical damage. However, it also didn't seem to do as much. Yes, it didn't seem to damage the tree as much.
Okay.
So great. The bludgeoning damage. And in addition, this is Ichabus's maul that you got
This
back into
is,
Vikapora.
yeah.
With a one big slamming hit, the mace connects and your eyes kind of go wide for a second, and you realize that this mace probably not meant so much for fighting. It's this maul that he had there for the lodestone.
Just
Oh,
a
it's
little
not-
crack.
It isn't even like loose or anything.
Right.
It just, as soon as the impact hit, you were like,
no.
something's wrong. Like it felt not like a fully solid
Oh
hit.
god.
Like that if you could break it if you accidentally hit it too hard.
Graven gives a ooh, and like slowly attaches it back.
Oh no!
My goodness.
Buddy.
As if you
Oh,
Any
no.
yeah, I'll bet. That's all I've got. What if you try something?
Ichabus wakes up in the middle of the night. My maul.
I'll
Where you
take
gone?
35 feet just to give myself. Oh no, wait, I don't have that much movement.
About 30 would take
I'll
you
do 30 back.
Okay.
Just to possibly be on the edge of stuff.
Great. Okay, Orba.
All right.
Is there still enough light from like vestiges of flame?
There's a little bit of flame. If more rounds go by without more sort of fire or light, it will start to dim. It'll be hard to see. But there's like a few of the leaves are alight, like some embers along the tree. You can see.
Enough that I can target.
Yes, you could target them. Yep. Yep. All right, Orba.
Okay, Orba's gonna, seeing that it's reacting negatively to the magical stuff. There's a way to like read if the tree has been damaged very significantly, right?
I mean, as much as you can tell, a tree has been damaged.
Okay,
Yeah. Like pieces
so-
of it falling off, and yeah.
And if I'm holding an action, do I also get to use? I don't get to use movement. It's literally just holding the action.
You can use your movement before you hold the action.
No, sorry. If I want to
You
like.
can't hold movement if that's what you're at.
That was what I was asking. Okay, so Orba's actually just gonna.
Unless you
Yeah.
hold a dash action, I think you
Right,
can
right,
do.
right,
But then you
that's
wouldn't
true.
be able to use a different kind of action.
Copy that. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna actually hold. Yeah, I'm just gonna hold Ray of Frost, ready to go. And if it seems like the tree is like on its last legs and might not be able to retaliate after I hit it,
Okay.
like I'm gonna wait until the last possible second and possibly hit it with Ray of Frost.
Okay. Great.
And then I think
Or-
I'm gonna back away like 10 more feet.
A little bit of swirling energy. You are
I'm not gonna be able to do anything with it. I get the
concentrating, by the way. I'll just put that there.
Oh, cool, cool, cool.
Is holding an action constant?
Yeah, it is
Oh, so if you get
concentration,
hit, you might be able.
It can be
use that
interrupted,
held
yeah.
action.
Holding an action. You also can't concentrate and hold an action
Right.
without dropping it.
Got it.
Okay, Safira.
And then Erland.
Okay, I am going to reach into my bag and get out the oil flask that I have.
Great.
And I want to try to move forward to get close to the tree so that I can try to be away from our magical items when I do this.
Okay. You can like circle around to the other side
And
of
I
the tree.
want to
Sure.
like kind of toss it, but more kind of like smash it into the tree where I see some like embers.
Pick one for me. Are you smashing it or are you throwing it?
I'm gonna smash it.
Okay, great. So you gotta walk up to the tree to smash it. Go ahead and make an attack roll. Just plus your strength modifier.
Oh, that's a natural 20.
20, great.
I made it.
The oil itself does not double damage because it's not a.
Attack.
Yeah, you're attacking with the glass.
Oh, the glass does double damage.
Yeah, I'll give it a little damage to the
her
glass.
hand.
Let me just make sure.
I was gonna say I probably would take some.
She shatters.
Oh, I thought you were acting. That was
No, I have an
real.
actual splinter.
Okay, so it's an improvised weapon, so I think that will get. Roll me a 1d4 damage, and that does get doubled because it's
Okay.
it is an attack roll improvised weapon. It's true.
It was the saddest roll ever, too.
2 and Colossus Slayer, it's hurt.
Okay.
So that doubles that though, yeah, right?
It doubles your roll
So
of the,
4.
Yep, and it would double Colossus Slayer as well.
Oh, wait. Is Colossus Slayer a D8 or a D6?
Although, is that a weapon
forgot
attack?
my-
Hold on.
Yeah,
before
wait. I think that might have to be
yeah.
a weapon attack
I
thing.
think it might be.
Weaponized ball of savage.
Weapon attack. It has to
Great.
be a weapon
Yeah,
attack,
okay.
and it is a D8.
It's an improvised weapon. I'm gonna allow it. Do it.
All right.
Here we go.
I'll allow it.
Bring it
It's a
on.
D8.
That's a D8, you're good.
Damn, I'm losing my mind today. 2?
Also 4.
So 6, 12. Wait, it was.
No. It was 4
just
total damage
4.
because it was. Well, no. If it was doubled the D4, then that was. I rolled 2 2s.
Yes.
on the d4s.
She rolled a D4 2, so that's 4 damage, and then a 2 on the D8, so also 4 damage, making it
8 total damage. Great. It's pretty good for smashing the bottle.
Yeah.
Plus
the
great.
Is there a modifier
Smashes
on-
the oil. So the oil starts to spread. It catches on one of the embers, and you can see it kind of dripping down the tree. It makes this kind of line of flame that drips down the tree. It does hurt you because you chose to
Yeah,
smash
I
it.
know. And I rolled a natural 22, so I really would have.
You really went for it.
Yeah.
You take, if it takes any fire damage, which it just did, you take 3 fire damage, and it takes some additional fire damage as well. You don't have the exact
Okay.
number of. Youch!
Ow, indeed.
So,
3.
it starts to ignite, and once again, sort of there's crispy little embers along the bark. And Graven, you can certainly see that flash of light. So now there's even more light in the area that makes it very clear where the tree is. Okay. And as far as you can tell, after smashing that, you kind of look up into the branches, and you see those little clusters, but none of them sort of
just missed.
drop. So
Okay.
it seems to be triggered mostly by magical damage.
I don't
All right.
have anything I can use.
Any more movement? You used about 15 feet of movement.
What am I near magical item wise? I try to
You
grab anything?
purposely circled around the tree to get away from the magic items there.
Yeah, I know, but if I
Erland's
were
next
to.
to you, and he's got your bow.
Okay, I am gonna try to take my bow from Erland.
Okay. Give me an athletics check.
You turned off my camera.
Oh,
I turned off the
Yeah, put it back on.
dirty 20.
30-20. Great. So Erland's kind of pushing it towards you because he can see you reaching for it, and you reach out, you dig your heels in. You're able to pull it across. So you've got it in your hands, and again, it's sort of in stasis. You're like standing there.
I'm gonna
and-
kind of ask. I'm sorry, I misinterpreted the
and
whining.
as you speak to it, there's a little bit of.
I'm sorry, I know.
Oh no.
Okay, next, Erland.
They're not mad at you. They're just.
You're out of movement? Okay.
Me too.
I'm
Same.
going to. One sec here. I never use the help action. I know.
Wait a second, I
From
don't know
the
how to help.
mouth of the horse
Yeah.
itself.
That was.
The horse is.
Can if you grapple someone, you can try and move them, right?
Yes, and an ally can let you grab
Great.
them.
I am going to, being right next to Safira and seeing the fire, I'm gonna sort of go, let's get out of here! And I'm gonna grapple Safira. I'm gonna
Do you
wrap
allow
her.
him to do so?
Yeah.
Great.
And I'm gonna start trying to, while she's holding the bowl, move her away.
Give me an athletics check.
Dude, it's not the time.
I'm gonna try and lick the top of her head.
No! I resist.
7.
7. As you go to pull her,
why are you
you get like 5 feet back away from the tree.
Okay.
Other way, 5 feet back away, but then the force starts to get stronger as you're pulling it further away, and you're just not able to sort of move her any further than that. So you've moved her away from the tree, but you can't sort of press against the attractive force.
Okay, if I use Step of the Wind to take dash as a bonus action, can I try and pull her further?
Sure. I will
Great.
allow that.
I will try use Step of the Wind, key point Step of
Gotta
the
give me
Wind.
another athletics check.
Yep. And I'm gonna try and pull her an extra 40 feet. Or
It'll be
whatever-
difficult
yeah,
terrain,
yeah.
so it'll be 20 feet.
There we go. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20,
There we
great.
go.
Erland sort of takes a moment,
And then
pushes back as far as he possibly can, and with each step it gets a little harder, and Safira can, like, she's holding the bow as close to her chest as she can. 5, 10, 15, 20, yeah, so you pull her kind of...
And sort of once we're out of range, I'll say, Graven, fire! I don't know if
Okay.
you could see me, it's dark.
Graven.
All right, after pulling Safira as far back as he possibly can, that tree, those purple shimmers running up the trunk as fast as they can, and a little bit of wind starts to swirl around the tree, and you can feel it's almost like the eye of a hurricane, like it's swirling and
Yep.
pulling in towards the center. I need
that.
everybody to give me
I hate this.
I need everybody to give me strength saving throw.
No! What if we protested? Can I register
yell.
a formal complaint?
Who
No! Can I register a much more formal complaint?
4.
Strength, you say?
4.
8.
8.
7.
15? I'm still holding you.
7.
7. Everyone feels that the wind swirling, and you can feel underneath your feet the soil is loose, and your feet are digging into the soil, and just your feet go out from under you.
No!
15 pulled.
15. I rolled
And
15.
15 pulled.
Strong. His roots are deep.
So you all get pulled in 15 feet, and that is the tree's turn.
Okay,
Graven.
top of the lineup with Graven, then Orba.
And that wind is still. Right now, any movement that isn't like at the base of the tree is difficult terrain.
Oh shit.
Good.
Hey.
Say it one more time. Any?
Basically, if you're not right at the base of the tree, any movement is difficult terrain.
Oh.
So,
Okay.
because the wind is like pulling you in a little bit, it's swirling
Got it.
around you. Graven?
All right, I'm gonna fire a sacred flame at it.
Is that a dexterity saving
It's
throw?
a dex
Fails.
save. Yeah. Hoping that my friends can be dexterous.
Oh, if you're grappled, you. Or do I release the grapple, or?
Grappling doesn't
can't
have
grapple.
doesn't do anything to dexterity saving throw. That's restraint.
You're also. Yeah, you're not still gonna do
7 radiant damage.
7 radiant damage. Great. As soon as the light energy goes into the tree, it like goes all the way down to the base of the tree and then goes all the way back up.
Shit.
And you see this kind of one of those little things breaks off, hits the ground, and this blast of light goes out. Everybody give me dexterity saving throws.
Why? Oh, there we go.
Motherfucker.
14.
9.
So 14.
22.
If it's the same save as mine again, it's
It is?
14 will save.
Okay, and it doesn't take damage
Oh.
on a save,
And
right?
no.
So
yeah.
only Erland takes the
No damage
7
on a save.
radiant damage. Great. So Erland, who's sort of busy trying to hold on to Safira and pull her back, he's not able to kind of get away from the radiant light.
No.
It just courses over you, blasting you from the front. Okay, Graven.
I saved as well. I don't think I
Yeah,
saved,
yeah.
but I got over 14.
Great.
I'm gonna try to back up as much as I can.
Okay, you can. It's just difficult terrain, so
Yeah,
you can
so
move
15
back. Yep.
feet.
Okay. All right, Orba.
So, even though Erland is like 20 feet from the base of the tree, what's the range on Sacred Flame? What's the AoE?
60 feet. I mean, it's not an AoE. It's a,
Oh.
it's
Not
a
an
targeted
AoE.
60-foot range. So,
Okay.
and this doesn't work exactly the same.
It seems to be that the tree, like, yes, it doesn't. The tree can't target people. It just like releases the energy that's absorbed within it. So
Okay.
it doesn't like a single target spell doesn't necessarily just. It doesn't go like you. Like it's not picking people.
Right.
And it's not looking at the spell being like, I can do this to 30 feet or 60 feet.
Yeah. So the energy is just getting released.
Okay. All right. Orba's not going to hold on to reactions or anything anymore. She's going to take her hand and concentrate as much as she can on the magical energy in it, even though it's getting sucked right out of her skin.
Ouch.
And she's
Ooh.
going to do a little body roll like she usually does, generate some heat in her stomach, and cast Dragon's Breath on herself. She's going to choose fire.
Okay.
I know, predictable. And then
You're gonna try to fight us. Just choose ice just so we can go back.
I'm going to get at the base of the tree, I guess.
All the way to the base of the tree.
Yeah.
Right? That's 10 feet of movement to get up.
And she's gonna shout.
Put it out.
She's gonna shout out to Erland and Safira, "Get as far back as you can!" And she's gonna hold the bonus action of breathing until they have
You
their.
cannot hold books.
I cannot hold a bonus action. Never mind.
Good idea.
She's gonna blow it.
What's that? Ah!
Fuck! I got impatient.
Go ahead.
So it's a
Roll.
dexterity
That
save, which
fails
you
the
fail.
dexterity save. Yep.
3d6.
No.
4. Oh, hello. 9. 12 fire damage.
12 fire damage, okay. Great. You light up the base of the tree, and now it's really crackling. I mean, this tree is like burning in a number of places. You see one branch kind of snap off and just kind of crash to the ground. Another branch to another side. I mean, the whole thing is alight at this point between the oil and the fire and the flame and all the different things you're throwing at it.
Notice less pull?
You don't notice less pull. It seems to have the magic to sort of, because the magic energy is what it's feeding off of. That's almost like what it
Okay,
wants
yeah,
the
I see.
most. Yeah, so it's pulling as hard as it possibly can. And in addition, as those things begin to fall, the the roots sort of light up a kind of white hot color, and there's just this exhalation of like fiery steam that goes out. Everyone but Graven, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Sorry.
Okay. 15.
22.
21.
What's your spell save?
Oh, I think it's 15 actually. So I think everybody just saved. Let me make
Still
sure.
takes half though, yes?
Yes, still takes half.
It was 12, so 6 fire damage to everybody there. Except for Graven.
Get the fuck out of there.
Yeah,
Does she get
Jesus.
double? Does she get resistance on the 6? Like,
Oh yeah, do you get resistance?
You do? Yes. That's
Great.
separate, because
So-
it's not double resistance, it's a save and then resistance.
So I
You
take 3 damage. And how is this thing looking?
I mean, like I said, it's a light, it's charred. I mean, it's certainly taken a beating. It's still pulsing kind of that purple shimmering color up and down the trunk. but-
Right, Orba's gonna feel that slight sting of an ember like falling on her shoulder, and she's just gonna look up to the tip of the tree and just hellish rebuke right to
Okay.
the top of it.
Right. Is that another dexterity saving throw?
Yes, it is.
fails.
So
God.
3d10.
Come on.
Where the hell is my d10? No, I just have trouble identifying things. That's a 1. That's a 10. So 11. 18 fire damage.
Oh baby.
Do half damage on
That.
The hellish rebuke goes out. This whip of flame that goes up into the branches, and again leaves charred falling to the ground. Everything kind of crumbling piece by piece, and as if the energy just absorbs up into it, it releases this pulse of fire that just whips out. And you feel it kind of crawling up your
No.
arms and across your face. I
No.
need everybody to give me dexterity.
It's
saving
half
throws.
damage?
It's half on a successful.
And you did 18?
Yeah.
I'm down.
Okay.
Okay.
so
You are not within range. No.
Wait,
I got you,
wait.
bud.
So wait, how much damage did we just take?
Well,
Do
you
your
make a
save.
save.
Make your
Dexterity
save.
save.
Oh, I
Natural
did
20.
not save. 8.
So you took 18 damage,
I saved.
9 damage,
I can't even do the
have
math.
fire damage,
4.
4. Yep.
Half rounded down.
Rounded
Yeah,
down.
4.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that just overwhelming heat and sort of embers flying out. Erland, who still has his hands kind of wrapped around Safira, you feel Erland's hands kind of go limp,
Oh my god. Okay.
and he falls to the ground. As you look behind you, he's like lying in a patch of dry
Tree
grass,
hasn't
with,
moved
like
first.
I go
bits of fire kind of moving around him.
Tree goes.
Tree goes first.
Safira, me, then Tree. So I have the death save ahead of me here.
How does the tree look?
Unless
I mean, the tree looks pretty fucked up.
It looks mad.
I'm gonna
Looks really
shove
bad.
a healing potion down your throat.
Okay. That was Orba.
Bottle and all.
Safira.
Okay, I'm gonna. You're right, Erland, and I'm gonna take a healing potion and like
Down to
shove
the,
a healing
slide
potion
down to the
his
ground.
throat.
You're right, and you wait for him to answer.
Yeah, you're right. He doesn't seem okay. Then I'm going to
Go and
as
roll
a,
for the healing potion.
Oh shit. What?
Just
how do I do
regular
that?
healing potion.
It's just a regular
2d4
healing
plus
potion.
2.
2d4. Oh, baby. Okay, that's 3. Oh, that's a 1. Okay, so it's 6.
6, great.
Um,
Erland,
okay.
just after feeling
You
that
will
wave of
take
heat,
it.
like, immediately gets
Then-
back up. You are prone at the moment.
I am going to.
Sorry, bud.
looking at Orba.
I'm gonna
Orba's
use a
not
bonus action to cast Healing Spirit,
Okay.
and I want to cast it, sort of behind Orba, like
here?
no, like farther away from the tree.
How far? Yeah, use the.
I'm so sorry.
Okay.
sad.
Oh my god. I'm like thinking like there.
Okay.
I'm having
Here?
yeah.
Okay. Right. Little healing spirit appears there, sort of floating in the ether, and people have seen this spirit before. You know the effects.
And
of it.
can I try to drag Erland sort of towards the healing spirit?
You have to give me an athletics check. It's difficult terrain, and you're trying to drag someone,
Yeah.
so it's difficult. Give me an athletics check. You're not gonna make it the whole way anyway. I don't.
19.
19. I mean, you can drag him. Oops.
Oh, we did it!
You can drag him 15, which would be
Yes.
5, 10, 15. He'd be
Yes.
right next to it, but not on it.
Safira.
You can't get all the way there.
Relax.
I'm platonically.
So Safira,
She was like, not that
she's
one,
like got the
huh?
bow still sort of tense in one hand, grabs onto Erland's ankle, and she just lets kind of the pull of the bow guide her,
Ooh.
and moves herself closer and closer to the healing spirit there. Anything else?
No.
Okay,
that
Erland.
was it.
All right. Sort of, thank you. Yeah, taking a deep breath, get myself back to my feet.
Half
movement.
movement.
Gonna take What, am I right next to it, or is
You
that
are.
5? So I'm going to take 5 into it.
So it's 10 feet. It's difficult terrain, so
10
10
feet
feet of
into
movement
it.
into the spirit. Yep.
So I have 10 left.
You go ahead and use the healing spirit.
Yeah, what is the healing? What do I do?
So it is.
think she rolls for
I've
the
only
dealing
ever
for it.
used it once.
What's the deal?
1d6 hit points, and I do believe that I roll. Right? Yeah, 1d6.
Yep.
The spirit can hit. Ooh, 4.
Right, another 4 healing points.
So half movement to stand up, difficult terrain 10 feet, so I have 10 feet left, and I'm going to just sort of trudge 10 feet directly away from the tree.
Great.
Get out of here.
All right, Erland doing his best to move as far away from the tree as possible.
And
I told you to go.
I have an action still.
Darts.
I haven't pulled out a weapon yet. Am I? How many feet away from it am I?
5, 10, 15, 20 feet away.
Ooh! Erland, it's been a long time.
Let's go.
But Erland takes a dart from his club.
Gets up after getting knocked out, goes through the heel, and he's like, yeah.
This'll do it. This'll do it.
Throws it right over Orba's shoulder.
Give me an attack roll.
You ever connected with? Nope.
No, never.
But it's a tree. 18 to hit.
That will hit.
Hey, there we go.
1d4 darts suck.
I mean,
6 piercing damage.
6 piercing. Throws the dart with surprising force. Kind of pierces through the wind that's blowing around. Sticks into the tree. You got it. You hit it. Yeah. It takes partial damage.
Show us
from
how it's
that.
done.
Well, here's the thing. I now get another attack.
Darts.
That one goes pretty well. Throwing the other dart over Orba's other shoulder.
Do it.
Natural 1.
Oh.
Erland feeling confident. Sort of backhand throws the second one. It just gets caught in the wind. It's just swirling around. Just goes off course and lands in the brush over there.
Safira is the meat of her thigh.
Like right next. Does this thing where it just throws it straight down.
Like a bad paper airplane. It just goes like.
Guys, that's my turn. I hit with the dart.
All right. The wind picks up even more. I need everybody to give me strength saving throws as it attempts to pull you into
dashed
the
away.
base.
Oh my god.
Jeez, Erland. No, Safira.
13.
What kind of save?
Strength saving throw.
18.
Natural fucking 1 again.
Everybody, Erland is gonna get pulled through the healing spirit here. Does it say anything about forced movement?
I think it's up to her, right?
Whether a
see.
creature you see moves into the spirit space the first time on a turn, it's a different turn.
It doesn't say
different turns, it's a tree's
anything
turn.
about forced movement.
I agree. You can decide that to heal Erland again as he gets pulled
Yes,
through it.
I would like to.
I'll get pulled to the base of the tree.
18 still gets pulled too?
No.
Ooh, 5. There we go.
You Safira.
I think it only uses twice, right?
Yeah.
1 plus your spellcasting modifier,
Yeah.
which I think is only 1. Great. So, second spirit, Erland feels the healing energy go through him, and then it dissipates into the forest there. Great. So the tree pulls everyone in as close as it possibly can, and then it is going to end its turn.
Okay, top of the lineup with Graven.
How do my friends look there at the base?
Not good.
Difficult to see with the sort of crackling fire of the tree there.
Not doing.
Can I hold an action for when, if they were to get farther away? Is
Be specific.
if they get more than 30, if they all get more
If
than 30
all
feet.
3 of them are more than 30 feet away?
Yeah.
Sure. You can do that.
Get away! And I'll get myself ready with a Toll the Dead.
Okay. You're
Yeah.
concentrating there with all of that hell.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. You hear Graven sort of shouting. You hear it through the swirling wind, the leaves rustling all around you. You hear Graven call through. Anything else?
I'm still about 30 feet away myself.
5, 10. Looks like 35, I think you are.
Maybe, actually, I'll back up.
35.
I'll back up and kind of put my back up against that tree
Okay.
there. I wouldn't be able to, like, grab onto it with one hand, could I?
Ooh.
The base, there isn't really branches. You can kind of hug it a little bit. It might not be doing a lot, but you sort of steady yourself.
I want to show this other tree how chummy I am
Yeah.
with trees in general.
You jelly?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh my God.
Okay, anything else?
No.
All right, Orba, you're up.
Okay. Are there any magical items right at Orba's feet? feet.
Yes, you're like kind of right where most of them stuck into the ground.
Okay. I'm going to. Is my sash visible?
Give me a perception check.
Okay. That's 6.
You don't see where that stuck into the soil specifically.
Okay. Can Orba just reach down and blindly grab or something, whatever it is?
Rummage around. Give me an investigation check.
Okay.
This is gonna be an action. This is gonna be your action.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where did my sheet? Oh, it's right here. That's a 12. No, sorry, 14.
14. Great. You rummage around. I think I had a list of things.
Oh, don't tell me I gotta roll for it.
No, I'm gonna roll for it.
Oh, I hate that. Also,
No.
I feel bad.
I have nothing.
Plunge your hand in, you feel around a little bit, and there's a little tinge of metal, and that's the first thing you go for. You pull it out, it's your ring there.
Oh.
It's your ring of, partial ring of
She's
protection.
gonna do. Actually, she's gonna put it like in her bag. Can
Great,
you
so
do that?
as you're pulling on it, it still has a little resistance, but you can tell it's weaker, so you're able to kind of put it back into your bag there, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I don't.
Is
I
the
don't
oil that Safira broke on it doing anything
It's
damage-wise?
still crackling,
Oh,
yes.
okay.
I mean, the whole tree is alight.
Okay,
Yes,
cool.
It is very much on fire.
Okay. And then.
It has been taking damage from
Oh,
the
shit.
fire every turn.
So that was the action. I can't hold a bonus action, and you guys are right there. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. Question though, with my sash not on my person, do I still get the benefits of
You
it
have
when
to
I'm
put it
attuned?
on.
I have to put it on. Okay. I'm good.
I think, yes, when worn, yeah.
Okay.
Any magic
Yeah,
items
I can't do anything.
Okay,
without
you're gonna
hurting
stay there?
Friends. I mean, I guess I'll try to step back, but. It's gonna
Okay,
be
give me an
fine.
athletics check.
Right here.
What was it, an athletics?
Athletics, yeah, right in my face. Athletics. It's 5.
It's a 5. Great. You try to take one step back, and the magic kind of in your bag, plus the swirling wind, just holds you there at the base in stasis. You're not able to move at all.
Got it. Safira
You're
then Erland.
You're up.
I don't know what to do. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and cast another healing spirit
Okay.
and just kind of say, "Get out! Just get away from it!" And I'm gonna and I'm gonna try to just move as far away from it as I can. And I'm
Show
gonna
me where you want to put
cast,
the spirit first.
I want to put it like in the direction that we're all going.
Okay.
That way.
Like that close?
You're going.
Away
That
from
close
the
or
tree.
further?
That close.
Okay,
because
great.
I want to pass through it,
Okay.
so-
And then you're trying to move away as well?
Yeah.
Give me an athletics check.
Okay. Oh my god. 8.
8. Once again, it's experiencing the same thing as Orba, who also had a magical item. The bow's still in your hand. You try to take a step away, and the pulling on the bow plus the wind behind you is just too much, and you can't overcome it. You're stuck there at the base.
Cool.
All right. Erland, you're up.
Was having seen Graven hit it with a hammer, did it seem to do anything at all?
Yes.
It did.
It just, it's a tree, so it's
Yeah.
hard. But yes.
All right.
It, like, chips of it went off, pieces of it.
Okay, I'm gonna go for an Nunchaku attack.
Okay.
Or do I have to like, if I have darts, how does that work?
No,
Pull out
darts,
my
you just
nunchaku?
reach in and throw them. You
Great, so I'm gonna pull my Nunchaku and go for an Nunchaku
Give me an
attack.
attack roll.
Whoever listens to me.
10 to hit.
10 misses.
Oh, okay, and 15 to hit.
15 hits. Roll for
Nice.
So that is 9 bludgeoning damage.
Great. You smack it, and as you do so, like a fiery chunk of bark goes flying off that you have to kind of dodge a little bit, but you gave it a good whack. That was 9, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I am. Well, still there. Graven can't do it. I'm gonna use a key point. And use flurry of blows.
Okay. Before you do that, you are hitting a flaming tree with your fists. That might it wouldn't do a lot, but that could.
Can I not
Yes,
punch
you
the
can
fire
knock
then?
out, yeah. You can. Yeah, I'll say you
Great.
were able to see wound up a fist, and
It was like-
the whole trunk's on fire. so
Okay,
it's-
in
yeah.
that case, I am going to just take my movement 40 feet in this direction.
Okay, so it's actually 20 because of difficult
20.
terrain. Give me an athletics check first.
Athletics check 15.
Great. Okay. So 5, 10, 15, 20. would take
And
that.
then I am going to use a key point now. Step of the wind to use a dash action. So another 20 feet.
10, 15, 20. Oh god, of course. That's right.
Great. Okay.
Okay. The tree is up. All right. Everybody, give me strength saving throws.
No. Okay. And again, what if we refuse?
Ooh, 18.
18.
Ah, just kidding.
5.
Strength save, sorry.
Yep.
16.
23.
23. Great. Sorry. And 5. Someone that's 16.
16. I am
That
16.
also fails.
Damn.
Shit. Good dash action.
Hey, you would have been even closer without it.
Great.
Oh, I thought you were sorry.
And at this point, all the tree is literally crumbling, pieces of it falling down. The trunk is like splitting in one place as the wood. You can hear and smell like the sap boiling inside the tree as that
buddy.
kind of sweet, and then it's like crackling as it's starting to kind of pop and shrivel and fall apart. And these pieces, one giant piece of bark kind of falls off the tree. I need Orba and Safira to give me dexterity saving throws.
Oh my god, Orba be dexterous. Safira. I'm not very dexterous.
19.
12.
You take half, so you're going to take 4, and you're going to take 8 fire damage.
Oh, so 2 fire damage.
Yeah, because of resistance also.
Great.
Yep, so it falls off, and it lands on the ground, and the dry grass around the tree just kind of erupts in flame. There's all these flames licking at your feet and your ankles and your knees.
I love it.
Orba's bass.
Ah!
And that is going to end the tree's turn. Graven.
Steel yourselves. Who the Dother.
I can move it.
Toll the Dead, which
Okay.
is a wisdom saving throw.
Can actually save on that.
Okay.
11.
Fails.
Okay.
2d12.
What kind of damage is this?
Necrotic.
Okay.
I have to get rid of the healing potion I gave to you.
That is a 1 and a 12. 13.
13.
Damage.
Great. That bell goes out, and the necrotic damage combined with the fire, the tree just starts to split in half. One piece of it falling down, and the other piece, you see that purple shimmer kind of run up, and as it gets closer to the top, it gets slower and slower. And it just, that last bit of little purple energy starts to fade and starts to crumble, and I need everybody to give me wisdom saving throws. Every single one.
Wisdom?
Yep.
Ooh.
7?
14.
9.
14's a save, right?
I save.
That's a
so
fail.
fail.
You as well?
No, I've saved.
Okay. So the 2 fails both
two
took
fails.
13 damage. 13 necrotic damage.
Chronic damage.
So you hear that toll of the bell go out.
You down?
You see Orba go.
You take nothing on a save, right?
Or nothing on a save,
Nothing
yeah.
to save.
Orba goes
What about
down.
you?
I'm very close, but
And I need Graven to show us how it's done. Wrong thing. It was already.
Climbing over the,
There we go.
the brush.
Erland's was already up.
Oh.
Using,
Here, I'll give it to you again.
using one hand to shield the 3 from his sight that he knows they were going to take a little bit of this. He looks at the meat of the tree in the middle and just imagines everything around it just cacophonous. Running over to Orba.
You're like dodging pieces of fiery wood that are kind of light. Some of the dry grass around here is lighting up, like the fire's starting to spread a little bit.
Yeah.
It's not like robust.
Yeah.
running
Get the items.
running up to the foot of the tree if Graven's grabbing Orba and trying to root through, find items.
Great.
I want to try to, if the fire is spreading, I want to try to find any embers and like put them out with my cloak.
Great.
Oh,
So
I'll throw out the blanket actually as
Okay.
I'm running up too.
you throw it out on some of the fire.
Brandon's
Safira,
like-
as soon as that tree does its last little shimmer there, you do feel the release of the bow there in your hand.
Sorry. And I'm going to kind of put it back on my back. Sorry.
Everybody's kind of running right. Nobody even hears Safira. Erland's like running to the base of the tree. Are you healing Orba?
Yeah, so if she fell a little wonky, like as I'm making the verbal, I'll kind of just straighten her as so that she's like, laying more comfortably on the
Aw,
ground.
thanks.
And then just lay the hands on and cure wounds 2nd level.
Go ahead and roll.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
You're very welcome. Where is it here? Come on. Oh, that's pretty good. That's probably complete. No, I'm just.
Wow.
Not that big of a bitch.
She's in Reaper form too.
So
No,
you're
I'm
like,
not.
oh, I thought you finished, right? I'll stop.
How much do I heal?
I'm sorry, I'm counting. 13
You're as bad
plus
as me right
3, so 16.
There we go.
As soon as Orba's eyes wake up, she like takes her hands and just digs them right into the soil to see if she can fish for anything. Like as soon as she's conscious.
You guys start to dig through the soil. Give me an investigation with advantage checks. Anybody who wants to dig.
With advantage.
Natural 20.
Oh.
Investigation with advantage?
Yeah.
Oh.
15.
21.
Nothing's stopping it. Great.
And 13.
Great. So ravenously digging through the soil there. You have to make sure you don't touch some of the embers, kind of putting them out sort of
the
piece by
blanket
piece.
sort
Yeah,
of, yeah.
patting it down. There's a lot of kind of smoke, like a deep kind of burning smell permeating around you. But slowly and surely, an Orba sort of frantically looking for her items, digging faster than you've ever seen before. Slowly, one at a time. There's the urn, there's Erland's girdle, there's the gloves, all the items.
everything?
Graven's mace, the shield. You are able to locate all of your items.
Doggy.
And everybody's sort of on their knees and at the base of the tree in the soil with the forest like crackling around you a little bit.
Can
You
I
all
check
can-
my bag and see how the grimoire's doing?
You may. You reach into your bag, you take out the book, and already even before you open it, you can see that the page is like partially sticking out. And you sort of open it to that page. It is torn almost all the way through, like torn all the way down. There's like a little hinge hanging off of paper that's still there, but it's otherwise ripped pretty good.
Mount up now. We have to go. We don't know who did this and how close they are.
All right.
Is there any part of the fire still like?
There's little
Live?
bits here and there, embers. I mean, you can take some time to put it out.
I'm gonna take the blanket now and step on them.
Yeah.
Fuck's sake, I feel
Run
right.
around really quick.
Stupid
Right,
for
Safira,
leading us
step on the
towards
embers.
this.
No.
Okay, let's
You
go.
guys take a moment, take a minute to put all the little pieces out, make sure that the fire doesn't continue to spread.
How are we doing? Is everyone all right?
No, but we need to get away from here. Graven's right.
Immediately leaving from the tree. Okay. Quick.
Can my healing spirit would still be up, wouldn't it?
You guys could, two people could run through
I'm
it. and
gonna
get a
kind of
little-
move. I can move it actually. It's a bonus. I mean,
Well.
it's a bonus. I would
Slam it in.
So I'm gonna kind of move it
can do it
towards
freely.
myself
Great.
first.
Calls the healing spirit toward her,
Great.
and it has one more.
Who
heal
else
as well.
wants this?
Yes, please.
So he sort of gently moves the spirit.
So yeah, I
you got me
it's
6?
Better for you.
Thank you. Wow, we were both very close. Oh, and then we're the same.
Guys, hurry back to your horses. Look around. It's quiet here. It's very. As soon as the tree went down and the flames were extinguished, it's very kind of eerily peaceful and quiet.
Should we see what was the cause of this?
Wait around for a
Not right, I
mage
mean-
or
No,
a-
just to see if maybe perhaps how does this happen?
Look, I don't know if I'm ready to see what caused
There's
this.
there's several explanations, and I don't know if we're going to want to find out what the answer
I don't
really
think we
is.
want to
could it-
find out right now, mate.
Could it have to do with we're relatively close to the
Outpost?
Broken Crown outpost? Could
I
it have anything
suppose
to
it
do with
could, but
This requires some extreme arcane energy. I don't know if some bandits holding out in a Broken Crown outpost are capable of such a thing.
that? What if it's not just some bandits? Is sort of my point.
Exactly, which is why I believe we should move on.
All right. Sort of then taking Graven's lead.
And feel lucky that we are walking away with all of our things.
Yes.
our lives, frankly.
Is your bow all right?
Yeah, it's fine.
Is your hand all right?
I mean,
Red.
it's kind of throbbing, but yeah.
All right.
And you got your ring back.
Yeah! I got the sash, I got my urn, got my ring.
I think Langita would have been happy about that.
Langear wasn't happy about it anyway.
He's not happy in general.
Well, I made a promise.
That's sweet.
All right. Ride onwards then.
Okay.
Erland will sort of lead the way.
Okay. Make your way back to the road. You kind of, behind you, give one kind of look back, a little bit of the billowing smoke kind of up over the tree line. That's now, it's not, active anymore, so it's dissipating kind of up into the clouds there. So you return to the road.
Did I see Erland fiddling with his book?
Yeah, I wasn't particularly hiding.
Yeah, give me a perception check. Everyone was kind of busy, but wasn't hiding it either.
18. 15.
Sure, yeah, we'll say you sort of watched him kind of quickly reach in, and he didn't pull it out very far to take a look at it, but you kind of immediately knew what it was, sort of knowing what he has on his person.
Once we're like getting good, like slowly kind of going along the path there, Erland, I could take a shot at mending that book.
Oh, that'd be excellent. Sort of letting Graven go alongside me, give him the grimoire.
Have it in your
Carefully.
hands.
Page.
First time you've had it in your hands.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Graven sort of the item rather mundane, but you just think back in your head of kind of how much your world has revolved around some of the circumstances around this book, some of the things you've gone through to activate the page and to understand it, sort of for the first time holding in your hands as you flip through the pages. Such a little thing, but
Find that, get to that area.
it's very easy to find. It's the only sort of
Carefully.
torn page
Yeah,
there.
is there anything on it?
There's no writing on it. It says ow.
Yeah.
Oh no!
no.
I hate that.
Graven just raises his eyebrows at the lack of lymphalysis and just holds a hand over it.
Run your hand along the little seam there where it ripped, and as you run your hand over it, sort of almost like a little magic trick, it just seals up the rip there.
You were trying to get some weight off earlier. Do you need me to carry this as well?
I think I'm all right.
He waits for Erland to put a hand out like that.
Thank you. Sort of check the work and
It
rest.
looks very clean, yes.
Thank you. And sort of gallop a little further ahead.
Thanks, sucker.
Eat my dust!
You guys continue to ride a little bit. Return to the road, thankfully free from any further sort of tugging or compulsory sensations. It isn't long before, once again, you have that covered bridge, the one across the Free Run River, in your sights. The light of the moon is reflecting off of the water, and it's enough to see the sort of blocky outline, even without any additional aid. But there's another source of light that makes it even sort of clearer where you're headed. Disappearing and reappearing as it passes by each of the little cutout windows is a warm orange glow. A torch, maybe, or a lamp. It's high enough off the ground that it's either someone very tall or someone on horseback. Still too far at the moment to make out much detail, but you're certainly not the only ones choosing to travel by night at this moment. And there's really only one road through this area, so unless they decide to turn and follow the river further east over the uneven terrain, they're likely headed in your direction. But other than that, things are quiet, just as you expected and hoped by turning in so early. Compared to the thicket, there's far less sporadic animal noises hidden in the woods, keeping you on edge. Just a distant kind of getting fainter and fainter behind you, rhythmically signaling your departure from Stout Hill Corridor. So kind of that light, slowly, the rider or walker is clearly not moving quickly. They're not like galloping or, anything like that. Just a slow, steady movement through each of the little windows across the covered bridge there. You guys can all see that. I mean, it's dark, in the dark of night, the torch is quite easy to see.
Should we ask for news of anything from the outpost, or should we...
I don't think we should approach. I mean, do we not think that this person could be some kind of magic user? I don't know.
Or scout, even.
Maybe, but that would be feigning ignorance, wouldn't it? Asking. As in...
Do we, look as beat up as we feel?
You definitely have some cinches,
Like,
scrapes, and...
I'm gonna look at Graven. Graven, mate, look at us. Come on.
We've been on the road for a few days.
Next to a fire.
Sure.
Yes.
All
We've
right,
had
I mean,
several explosions
look,
and fires.
I'm inclined to agree with the Goliath here in that we should not engage as much as possible. They could be a scout from the outpost.
Yeah. Okay. I mean,
I actually said...
Yeah, it
I
sounds
thought
like
he
you
said
agree
he
with
wanted
her,
to.
actually.
agreeing.
Oh.
I was gonna say.
He said no.
You're agreeing with me. Yeah. No.
Oh,
I
sorry.
think we should. I think we should stay. Safira's gonna give kind of like a suspicious glance up front. I don't know. I mean, I certainly can't get into a fight right now. I don't know how you feel.
What if,
I'm not going to start a fight.
Well, no, but what if she does, or they do, or whatever?
what if we have 3 of us move out of sight, off of the road, and one of us just act as the solo traveler. That way, if something does occur, the three of us, whoever can, reinforce whatever. But if it's just some traveler,
All right.
having a chat with them could prove useful. I don't know. Am I being optimistic?
I think that's not a bad idea, actually.
Okay.
Also, if they discover 3 people hiding in the brush, that might be more alarming than just walking by.
I was gonna say, but
Well, it looks like we have some time here.
there's 3 people hiding in the bush. Looks like an ambush, right? But just
Well,
for
ideally, you would
riding
be
together.
hiding and not being seen.
No, I'm just
this
saying.
night.
It is.
Why don't we all just?
Would you like to speak to someone?
No, I don't have.
Why don't we stick together, all right?
And stick together on the road or off
On the road, we can stay on the
We'll
road.
ride past.
So at this point, the person's
Okay.
gotten across the bridge. They're turning in your direction along the road. They're just moving. along.
Are they on a horse or are they?
It looks like they're on horseback. Yes.
We'll nod, we'll smile, and we'll go about our business.
Yeah.
Okay.
Continue to ride forward as 4 along the road.
I'll kind of get in second place here as somebody without dark vision, but I want to be near the front.
Yeah. It's dark out, but obviously the torch is lighting up this person pretty clearly. And as you guys get a little closer, you start to see some features come into vision, discerning a little bit of their personage. You can see that they look human for the most part. They have a long coat and a hood that's just kind of over their head, not like over their face or anything, just keeping their ears and head warm. It looks like they have a long sword in a scabbard on their hip that kind of dangles down a little to the side of the horse, and maybe even another weapon strapped to their back, like a long-handled axe or something that's sort of... He's got one on his hip, one on his back. The light source is a torch. It's not a lantern, so he's sort of holding out an open flame as he slowly rides forward. And when he gets fully within view, you can see, because he's holding it up, and you can see down his arm, because he's holding up the torch, there's black and purple stripes down the arm from shoulder to elbow. And unlike the man that you met at the start of your sort of journey into the corridor, this man doesn't look injured or sort of that he was in a scrape of some kind. Like he's not indicating that he's hurt in some way that you can tell. So you have another brief moment here before he gets sort of within speaking distance.
Would he have seen our figures at this point, though?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is someone posing as Broken Crown. I doubt someone would be that comfortable this close to there. That is one of the bandits dressed as Broken Crown. They stole the...
Okay. Feign ignorance, as little dialogue
Right,
as
nice.
possible. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
At the very least, if I get a good look at the man, I could disguise myself as him.
That's true, actually.
Man, right? You said man.
Yes, well, yeah, as far as you can tell.
That's actually a great idea, yeah.
Okay. But for now, bounty hunters.
Headed far north.
Far north.
We're headed out here. Don't ask us anything. You guys ride a little bit more. And because you're both heading, in opposite directions, the gap closes rather quickly. Torch. And you start to see a little bit more. It does indeed look like that was another weapon strapped to his back. Graven, you were in second position. Were you in first? Give me perception checks for the 2 people. And not with disadvantage, because he does have his torch, so you can see.
Nice.
Perception.
10.
17.
17. You're able to discern just a couple small things. One, as the light's held up and you can clearly see that he does indeed have an axe strapped to his back, the tip of the axe looks like it has dried blood on it. Not fresh blood, but that it's not fully clean. There's a little bit of blood flecks on the blade. And in addition to that, the other hand that's not holding the torch, he has the reins in it, but it's clutching 2 things. It has the reins and a little rolled up piece of parchment in that hand. So he has the reins and a piece of parchment. He's riding along with that thing on his person. And he gets a little bit closer, then a little bit closer. Good evening. Safe travels to you.
You as well.
He continues to ride without saying a word, very slowly.
As he goes by, Orba's gonna get a good
Give me a
look.
perception check.
Okay.
Nice.
We should ride this guy down.
Perception, 9.
9.
I know.
You got a decent look at his face because he had the light up to it with the big jacket and the amount of stuff he had on him. It's difficult to cut and get a good gauge on his body type or anything like that. So
Okay.
you get something, but if you were to disguise yourself as this person, you'd want to make sure you were wearing similar garments, otherwise, or disguising similar garments, otherwise you'd have a bad idea of what the sort of body underneath the clothes looks like.
And then what does the general look of his horse, like, does it resemble any of ours in color or pattern or
Yeah,
anything?
it's I would say it's brown. It looks most like Safira's horse.
Okay.
It's not a perfect match,
Yes, it's
but
Okay.
I'm a double agent. I'm a triple agent, actually. That would make me like.
And then
Triple
there's
agent.
a parcel on his hip, you said, right?
there's just a rolled up piece of parchment in his hand that's also holding
it's
the
in his
reins.
hand.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's in his hand.
Never mind.
Okay.
If just as we're getting enough away, I doubt that the Broken Crown has made an envoy up there and all the way back. I don't know what that person is carrying, but I do know that that axe is bloodied. We could ride him down right now and learn things and take out one of their own.
It's not a terrible idea, and then we could actually pose as him, couldn't we?
Well, we could pose as him anyway, but yes.
So I think the idea, if we're gonna do this, then the idea should be to capture him and to capture him quietly so that we can get some information first. If we're gonna kill him, I'm not saying we can't kill him. I'm saying we have to at least ask him questions first. We can't just. I mean,
We can't ask him questions and then release him.
no.
We have to be prepared to, if we're going to keep him alive, killing him after we ask questions.
I mean, I just think we should try. If we're gonna do this, then we might as well get as much information as we can, right?
Try for non-lethal.
Erland will
Turn
turn his
their
horse
horse
with
around.
Graven.
Are we? So we don't
Oh,
see the
no.
building yet, and we don't. We saw the
outpost?
bridge.
Yes, you can see the bridge from here, but you cannot see the
He did the NPC flip?
Flip.
That's the kill the
Oh my
spare the NPC.
God.
Killer, save the NPC.
As we're kind of starting to make the turn, I'm gonna try to really look and listen out to see if I hear or see anyone else.
Give me a perception check. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm not ashamed.
Neither am I. Yeah, we will die.
No one?
6.
Not that you know. I mean, you have been out on the road for a little bit of time now, and you certainly didn't see anyone else. But yeah, nothing else that comes up.
As we're riding, I'm going to use my healing girdle.
Okay.
God.
Go ahead. What's the approach like? I mean,
Yeah.
it's quiet out here, so
Yeah.
Look,
I say I ride up behind him and try to take him off the
Is he
horse with
moving
my
pretty
mace.
slow?
I was
yeah,
gonna.
at the moment, yeah,
I was gonna say I can.
he was riding pretty slow the whole way.
If we did need to pass this off, like let's say we capture this guy and we find out he's not a bandit, right? And we do want to let him go or something. What if he got attacked by an animal? So I can.
He's moving pretty slow, right?
Like it? Go. We can go.
Should I use my arrow? That way he can have gotten mauled by some creature.
What animal are you right now?
Fucking turtle.
I don't think that is believable.
You had to have seen this
Get a
turtle.
little further away.
Can you not fire at him?
How far away is he
Find
right
purchase in his
Couple
back and
hundred
turn into a tortoise on top of him.
Yeah, I can definitely do that.
I'm turning my horse. And getting it going a little bit here.
Okay, I need stealth checks from anyone who's turning their horse around.
Yep.
I think Orba's gonna stay looking for the road up ahead.
12.
12,
17.
17. So the party turns the horses, and I mean they're not loud, but that sort of tripped up and then turning of the horses, like it doesn't. You don't see any indication that he heard, but you know if you start riding up, he'll be able to hear that. Like it's
Right.
quiet enough out that he will definitely hear that.
Right.
So what's the move here?
And how far is he? Can we
Like a couple hundred feet right now.
couple hundred?
Yeah.
A
You guys-
couple hundred, so
Yep, 200 feet.
I could hit him with disadvantage maybe, or like I could.
You would be shooting with this. Yeah, it's because it's 120, I think, or on the bow.
I want to try to.
Let's pick up the pace a little
I'm
bit.
just gonna say I'm just gonna run in, and I'm gonna sort of gallop, and then as soon as I get within like range, I'm gonna take a shot.
Give me one more stealth check.
Yeah.
All of us, if we're trying to keep up with
No,
her.
Safira's the first one. I mean, if he hears her, he hears her.
All right.
15.
15.
Nice.
You turn off the side, just so you're not on the road, you move off to the edge where you're on sort of tamped down grass, and the hooves turn from a little clopping to a little more thudding
Yeah.
sounds. Draw the bow. Firing.
As soon as I see
Yeah.
that arrow loose, I'll whip
Yeah,
up
me
the
too.
And
horse.
I am gonna activate Animus.
Okay.
Tortoise! You're gonna kill the horse with a tortoise! Oh no.
I don't want to kill the horse.
Oh my God, just get off.
Um,
Sorry.
wait, which okay. That is an 18 to hit.
18 hits. Roll for damage.
Okay. I guess I just roll for the damage of the bow first, right? I always fucking forget what I'm.
Yeah, the longbow.
Oh my goodness. Okay. No. Wow. 4 damage for
4
just the
damage, okay.
longbow. I guess that's good because I'm
Arrow
not trying to
sticks
kill this
into the
guy.
back of him there. He's got leather armor on, but it kind of pierces just through the leather armor. So a little bit of it sticks into him there, and he feels it, and the animus being activated. So it has to be in an empty space. You can't make the tortoise on top of him or on the horse.
I would like to do it in front of the horse.
Great, so
that I can make the horse
Shit,
stop.
that's smart.
the tortoise kind of appears in the middle of the path there, and he immediately kind of looks up, and his eyes just
Yeah,
go
I
wide.
bet.
The tortoise has appeared in front of him
I
as
love
the
love.
sort of spiritual energy coalesces into the shape of the tortoise, and then takes
Yeah.
form there. Okay, so you can. That was the first. This is going to be a surprise round.
Okay.
So Erland and Graven.
Dash actions.
So the
of course.
horse is 40 and another dash, so that's 80 total. So you guys.
Not as fast as a horse.
We're
or
gonna
is
have a
it
new horse at
60?
the end of
Horse might
this.
be.
Oh, we get a new horse.
Riding horse might be 60.
Why not?
I lied. 100,
wrong with
yeah,
the horses
60
we have?
feet.
It's
So
nothing.
120 with the
Take
horse's
action.
dash action. So you guys are now
I'd say we should have
within
a spare
80
in case
feet.
we have a second EV.
Within 80 feet?
Yes, you guys are 80
Distinguished
feet
you
away
for
right now with the
fire.
horse's full dash all the way before he does
There's a lot of
anything
shit to
there.
carry.
Okay,
Yeah, we
I
do,
am
actually.
then.
Orba, you're back a good ways at this point.
Yeah.
As you saw everyone kind of start to gallop off.
So do I have a full turn's worth of stuff to do here?
Yes, this is a surprise
Great.
round.
I am going to use. I'm gonna.
Remember non-lethal, guys, because otherwise we wouldn't get no information.
Horse. You said 60 feet.
Is 60 feet of movement, yeah. Flipped.
Oh yeah. Well, we gotta ask questions.
Do I?
We have
I
to ask
can't
questions
split that.
first.
I can't use like my movement. Great.
Should ask questions.
I'm gonna leave my horse.
Use your movement, you have to get off the horse.
Yeah, great. So I'm gonna leave my horse,
Leaps off.
sort of like guide it off to the side a little bit.
Sure, you give it kind of a little spank.
Back
and
to the
it-
side, and I'm gonna go 40 feet. I'm gonna use Step of the Wind so that I can use a bonus action as my dash action. And
I know.
then we're gonna go
Sometimes he just does so many things.
nunchaku,
Right, so he's like reeling.
non-lethal.
He's reeling from the piercing of the arrow, and he's looking at the tortoise there, and then coming up to the side. Maybe hit.
17 to hit.
That will hit.
I
Gets
honestly,
hit by
Loki
that
feels
nunchuck.
so. Good evening. Good evening.
7 bludgeoning damage.
I know.
They didn't let
Non-lethal,
one
I
of
said for both.
Even if they had let one of
And
them
then
go,
second
they wouldn't
attack
have
is another natural 1.
Okay,
Ooh.
great miss.
And I already used my bonus action.
No, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying
So
I feel a little bad.
I can't even try and like knock him off. So I should have tried to tackle him off his horse. Fucking whatever. I'm gonna stand right. So I'm gonna be like right next to him, sort of hoping to. If Safira's right in front of him, I want to be right next to him.
Great. So the horse is kind of right there, but you hit him, and he's sort of teetering on the horse a little bit.
Okay, that's my turn.
Okay, Graven.
recognizing that he's gotten his partners with the bloodlust.
The horse and the dash takes you, so you're within 80
You're a bad
feet, and then you have
influence.
your...
So right now it's my turn again. I have
And you're 80
feet away. I'll
dude.
60 feet with the horse.
No. The horse. I'm saying the horse has moved this turn.
Yeah.
So you have, if you want to move more, you have to use your movement. You have to
Oh.
hop off the horse, or you can
No,
wait.
I'll
till-
wait for the next
Great. You can
round.
wait for the next round.
Wait,
too.
how far away from him am I?
80.
Shut up. Why are you laughing at my turtle?
Nothing. I will do
Okay, great. You can hear Graven kind of coming up on the horse. Okay. Orba will include you in the surprise round.
Okay, Orba's gonna use her full horse movement
Okay.
to keep them in
120
sight.
feet, yep.
But I think she's gonna put all of her attention toward like the bridge and making sure
Okay.
nobody
Yeah,
else
yeah.
is coming.
Give me a perception check.
Okay.
You can do it with advantage
Yeah,
if you're
that's
taking
what
that
I-
as your
eyeglass and
turn.
stuff,
Yeah.
With advantage. Oh, thank God. Ooh, perception.
Mhm.
19.
19. Keeping careful eye on the bridge, looking across
Nice.
the river. Any Elatrians? Nothing approaching at the moment that you
There
can
we
see.
go.
Seem to be a lone traveler as far as you could tell.
Nothing to see here, folks.
Lone corpse.
Oh my.
Um,
my God.
that is
What
the
is the
end.
matter?
Everybody roll initiative for me.
Graven's bloodlust is
It's a good oath or a bad oath, man.
18.
Oh no.
20 to 25.
21.
Nice.
Little bitch.
15 to 19.
I know. I'm
18, you
18.
said?
15.
I wonder if I
Safira.
can make these non-lethal, actually.
If they're physical.
If it's a
Graven, what is your
melee,
attack?
if it's a
Yeah.
melee
As well.
attack and not a
You'll go
spell,
first.
10.
It grapples.
Yeah, well, you want to kill people, and I don't.
So it's Safira, Ryder, Erland. Safira, Ryder,
Sorry,
Erland,
Safira, Ryder, Erland, Graven, Orba.
Graven,
I'm
Orba.
gonna need
Okay.
to rest again now.
Yeah, we all have to do a nice big rest before going.
This is so like.
You can't get the benefits from another
No,
long
long
rest.
rest,
yeah.
no.
To
Do a
wait
short
till
rest.
tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay, Safira.
Maybe we should
She's
just
sort of
okay, I
still
go.
reeling from the shock of all this happening all at once. Gets hit by Erland's nunchaku there, and you can see he's starting to like reach for weapons or do whatever
I'm
he's
gonna
about to
try
do.
to, as a turtle, I'm gonna try to clamping grasp him off the horse. So I'm gonna try to like delicately like
Nope.
Non-legally.
and like remove him
Give me the attack roll.
from the horse.
Oh,
Indelicate, please.
No, we're supposed to. We need to ask him questions.
I think do hits on this again.
For this, it's bite is 2d6 plus strength. What's my strength?
That's
With the
That's
to
the
hit
damage
though, yeah,
roll.
that's the damage roll.
Oh right. How the hell do I haven't bitten anyone with this thing in so long?
9 plus what's your strength with this thing?
My strength is just +1. I'm not very strong.
So 9, 10, 12.
12 misses. Okay. So you go out with a clamping grasp, and he pulls his leg up just in time to get it out of your grasp.
Ooh, bummer.
I'm not very strong as this. Okay, I think.
Plus to hit takes into account like your speed as well,
Right,
so
right,
it's
right.
not just.
Okay, then that's all I can do. That's
Okay.
all I'm gonna do.
So you can try and kind of block his
I'm
way
not
as
gonna
you
do
are
that,
now
that's
at the
not-
moment. So the horse is kind of reeling around a little bit.
Actually, yes, I will do that. Why would I not do that? I'm gonna, as a bonus action, I'm going to figure out what is this guy's weakness.
Okay, great.
Oh, yeah.
So the weakest saving throw
Tortoise kind of
modifier.
Fletch is spongy.
Concentrates as hard as possible.
Looks deep into his eye.
It's his genitals. Those
Oh
are.
my god.
That is.
Looks deep into his eyes and
His,
just
his eyes and his genitals.
kick
are
him
just-
in the nuts.
What's go for the balls and turtle again?
Oh my god.
His
Gargling and then going.
is it what his lowest saving throw is?
It is. It's what his lowest saving throw is between strength, dex, con, wisdom, and charisma.
Great. It is wisdom. Is his. So you sort of you sort of evaluate him as best you can, and you send out that.
And you
can
guys
send it
know
out
this
to,
now.
Yeah,
That's-
by Alan, sort of evaluating your enemy as best you can.
Delicious news.
All right, the rider. So he sort of reels back. He yanks that arrow and tosses it to the side. You can see a little bit of blood pouring down his leather armor there. And the first thing he does is reach up with his hand,
Yep.
and start to light the piece of paper aflame. And as it's on fire, he also Hatsya! And magic missiles go flying.
Oh,
Magic
He's
missiles.
got
Yep.
magic missiles.
That is, he's gonna send out.
Automatically.
Yep, he's gonna send out level 2, so it's 4 darts, I think.
Are they're magical darts.
Yes, this is not a projectile. Okay. He's going to send all of them at the person that just hit him, which is Erland.
Oh!
What do you got?
What are you at?
12.
So this is gonna knock you down for sure.
This was a bad idea.
15 force damage.
Holy
Like in slow motion,
Oh God.
these force missiles go out one at a
Just-
time.
oh, magic
nope,
missile
magic
just
missile,
happens.
straight hit. And one at a time, Erland's sort of lining up for another hit. Gets pelted with the magic missiles, and he falls down. And he's gonna turn the horse and start to ride. This is an attack of opportunity for the tortoise if you would like to.
Yes, I would absolutely like to take it.
You
I'm gonna
may.
try my clamping grasp again.
Okay.
Which direction is he riding?
He's turning and riding like he's going maybe back toward the
Toward
bridge.
where I am. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. That is not gonna happen.
7.
That's a 7
Great.
to hit.
Turns the horse and as fast as he can starts to ride and isn't able to clamp onto
I'm
him.
not
as
so
he rides
fast.
by. Okay. So he's going to move 60 feet on horseback in the direction basically of Graven and Orba. Yeah. He sees Graven first and it looks like he's going to try and weave to the side, but he's still heading in that direction. He hasn't
I
tried.
don't know
to
actually if I can stabilize you as a
You
horse.
have to come back.
So you were 80 feet away, so now you're 20 feet apart.
20 feet?
Yeah.
Here it comes, buddy.
Okay, Erland is down. I need you to make a death saving throw.
I fail.
Okay, 1 death saving throw down. As Erland sort of almost like jolting a little bit with the arcane energy sort of pulsing through him there on the ground. Okay, Graven.
I'm going to bonus action cast a spiritual weapon, seeing right in his face, so that
Yeah.
and that is when you cast, make a melee spell attack against a creature within 5 feet of the weapon.
Yes.
So first I'm gonna cast. Sorry. That's a second level. Melee attack.
Okay.
Not going down.
7.
7. That
7 to
misses.
hit,
Right.
yep.
He ducks, and the spiritual weapon goes up over his head.
And for my action, I'll toll the dead, which is
Okay.
a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Is it an action to fucking become not a tortoise?
I don't think it's an action to deactivate it. I haven't actually ever done that.
Wisdom saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
13.
Fails.
Okay.
Oh, what do you need?
I got it. 7 plus 6 is 13 necrotic damage.
You see him kind of again wobble back and forth on his horse a little bit. You can see his eyes sort of cross a little bit, and he's slumping forward on his horse, and he's just holding up the paper to the torch, like trying to get it to burn that last part. He looks like he's on death's door.
I have movement still. Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
If I see that, I'm whipping up, trying to go towards him. If I don't have an action to grab,
Yeah,
I'm just gonna try to body his horse with mine.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Give me an animal handling check.
Oh, holy
You sort
shit.
of
Okay.
will your horse to ram into it.
20.
EV2!
22.
Graven sort of goes down.
Oh.
Here we go. And he sort of barrels the horse toward, and you don't do a full-on head-on collision, but you get close enough that the horse just kind of bucks out ever so slightly. Boom! Slams into him, and he falls from the horse to the ground, and he's going to take a little bit of bludgeoning damage there.
Uh-oh.
Non-lethal.
You can't do that.
Stop it non-lethally.
4 bludgeoning damage. He's still up, but barely. So flies to the ground, and for a second, Graven thinks that he might have died from the fall. But you look back at him there on the ground, and you see just a little bit of breathing, one sort of desperate breath.
If I still have enough, and I'll jump off the horse to get right in front of him.
Okay.
Hold my shield up
Great.
and stand there.
You do so. So you're right next to him.
Right
now.
next
Yep.
to him, tortoise.
Okay. Orba.
Okay. Couple distance questions.
Yes.
How far is Graven and that guy from me?
You went 120. You're like 40 feet.
Okay, and then how far is Erland?
So that's 40, and he went 60, 100 feet.
And a horse can do what again? I'm
60.
sorry. I can't get to Erland.
I can stabilize him. I have a healing.
All right, Orba's gonna ride her horse over to
Yeah, no,
Graven.
I'm going to.
Okay.
And she's gonna dismount when she gets there.
Okay.
And I guess she's just to look intimidating, even though she knows she's not gonna use it. She'll take out her dagger.
Okay.
And just like kind of hover over.
Okay,
him.
yeah.
Oh, is the where's the page? Is it still on fire?
He's
The
like
letter?
got it in his grasp, and it's like on fire. Yeah.
Can Orba snatch it and?
Give me, give me a contested sleight of hand check.
Come on.
Contested sleight of
He's
hand.
barely alive. Just take it.
Yeah.
His last.
8.
No.
10!
Orba, with her dagger up, reaches down, and you can see him try to like pull away ever so slightly, but you reach down, you snatch it, and it's on fire. It's like, singes you a little bit, but you pull it free from his hand. He's gripping it, and when you pull it, like, the burnt piece of it, like, rips a little bit. So
Okay.
you've taken a piece of it, but you grab most of the page. You have a portion of the page.
Sorry.
It's a love note.
Oh my god.
My
Oh,
boy.
he's lighting on fire before he dies?
I escaped the robbers.
Don't tell anyone that I love
love-
my son.
Yeah.
I really don't want anyone to know.
It's,
Okay.
Yeah, I guess Orba will start to like open it and
A
look at
secret
it
as big as
before
the
any more
nuclear
damage.
Okay, well, that'll be
But
another
yeah, that'll
action.
be.
Yep. Safira, you're up.
okay, I am going to revert from
Great.
my animus form,
Save me as a tortoise.
and I am going to
pull a healer's kit out of my bag and make sure I stabilize him.
Okay, go ahead and read the healer's kit.
A leather pouch containing badges, I almost said. Bandages, salves, and splints. The kit has 10 uses. As an action, you can expand one use of the kit. I don't believe it has 10.
We have
Yeah, it has. I think we wrote. It was partially used already.
Yes. As an action, you can expand one use of the kit to stabilize a creature that has 0 hit points without needing to make a wisdom check.
Great. So without having to use a medicine check, gets down, takes out some of the bandages, wraps them around, stems a little bit. It's not bleeding, but you can see there's like pulsing throughout his arm from the arcane energy sort of coursing through him. Yeah. Okay. So you're able to, as you you put a cool cloth over his head and wipe it down his arm, and you see a little bit of his body sort of return to a calmer state.
That's it.
Okay.
Saved me twice in half an episode.
That's true.
Erland can't do anything. You're stabilized at 0. Graven, you're up.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh wait, the rider's next. I lied.
Oh yeah.
Safira's the rider. Yeah.
My 2 levels.
So sitting there, he looks sort of short of breath, looks at his hand, the crumbled bits of note that are in his hand a little bit, looks up at Orba, and he just, with one last breath that he has, pulls his hand together and fires off another few magic missiles there. He's going to fire off 2 at Orba and 2 at
You okay?
I mean,
No, Orba.
I gave her
I
like
fuck
16.
you. I mean, Orba.
I gave her like 16 earlier.
Actually, he's going to fire 2 at Orba and 1 at Graven.
Oh, I took a face load. I understand.
Yes.
Orba, 1 at Graven. Orba, you take double max roll. 10 force damage. Graven, you take 4 force damage. Pelted with these magic missiles, and like before, when Erland got pelted by 4 missiles, he winds up another missile.
Oh come on.
This.
Knew it.
Why do we always meet people that do this?
This is happening.
Do you
to us
remember the
more
last time
times
you
than
met
feels.
someone that did that?
Yes.
It was
The same-
within the
oh,
the
context
fucking Stitchers!
of the same
Damn it!
people. So you found a group of people that certainly value their cause more than their lives. Same kind of people.
Bunch of little
So he winds up the last one. Graven sort of reaching down,
Shit!
and the force energy goes through his head, and he just lies limp on the ground.
Fuck's sake, these fucking people.
I'm just you're screaming.
Yeah,
over
just
it.
over.
No, you don't see that yet. You haven't seen that yet.
She might.
Sees a couple of the
I would
blast of
see
lights.
that, I would
You guys
see
are pretty
that.
far. I think it's like 80 feet away.
He's just screaming at her.
Yeah, you idiot.
Are you all right for now?
Yeah.
All right, let's get him off of the road, and I'm gonna like pick up his body and like
Sling it over your shoulder.
kind of bring it just into the edge of the woods there.
Yeah,
and
sure.
Sit him down. You get his horse.
Okay. Orba's gonna.
Sure. The horses, it kind of just went off a little bit, but it's mostly still in the same vicinity.
Oh, we get a new friend.
I'm gonna start patting him
Yay.
down for anything else.
Give me an
Not
investigation.
Fran.
Oh, very
Maybe
good.
they will be friends.
18.
18.
Nice.
Holy cow.
So he doesn't have a lot on him. You see, you have the long sword, the battle axe that was strapped to his back. It looks like from when he fell, because he fell off to the side, like the battle axe cut
Ow.
into him as he fell. So he has that, like,
Oh, that's
you have to,
cool.
like, pry it
Oh,
free
buddy.
from his side
Wow.
there. In addition to that, he had, like, a day's worth of rations. Some hardtack cheese,
Only a
dried
day's?
mushrooms. Yeah, the day is a little sort of curious to you. That would be a hard ride from here to like
Yeah.
Navikapura on only one day.
He was going slow
rations.
too.
At the time that you saw him, he was moving pretty slow. Yeah. So,
Battle axe and broadsword.
longsword of battle axe.
And those are those both like two-handed weapons.
They are both versatile weapons. Can be used one or two-handed.
Oh,
They're not
cool.
so big that they have to be used two.
And are they large or are they medium?
Those are both large.
We got another horse. Just
It's true.
Unless
it's
they're
not.
worn, you know. And as you're patting him down, you sort of are looking for anything else that he might have on him. At one point, you pull his arm up, his sort of limp arm, the one that was holding the torch, and you turn it over, and it looks like the leather bracer that he had has like an inlaid crystal. It looked like that's what he was using as his focus. So he was able to, you know, without picking something up out of his bag or something, he had that built into his bracer already.
I'll take that
Right,
bracer.
so pull that free. It's again, the crystal is not of particular value, but
Yeah.
it's a bracer that has an arcane focus built
But
into
later to prove that to his friends that I killed him.
of course, yes.
and that's all that you find on him.
No money.
No money. Not a dime.
Weird.
Not a copper to his name.
Wow. I check his shoes.
While you're patting him down, Orba's not even gonna look at the note. Graven, Erland is still on the ground.
You see Safira like kind of kneeling down. You can see that she has the healer's kit out and is like gonna apply to.
Does that bring you back to 1?
No,
Or is it-
stabilizes
It
you
just
and
stabilizes you. It just keeps you
Okay.
from making death saves.
Yes.
All right, just maybe drag him a little even farther away, or deal with that. Get on my horse and go down the road a little bit.
Okay. So are you pulling on the body?
No.
You leave it there. I mean, it's not on the road. It's off a little bit, but
Well, I guess as he's walking over, Orba will then open up the note and
okay.
see what
Start to open
if
it.
this was worth it.
Okay. I mean, so there was a little burn time here.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna do it.
Oh,
He's
it's
Yep,
gonna
we're
hurt.
do a little
It's
ripping.
gonna hurt.
I need you to roll me
Oh,
a D8 there.
Percentile. Divide it up and down.
Yep, that's exactly what I'm doing.
Just a straight D8, huh?
Yep.
That sucks.
6.
Is that good or bad?
That is good.
you only get section 6.
Section 6, subarticle A.
When you grabbed it from his hand, did you try to just grab the top part? Like if he's
As you I have a feeling what you're gonna ask. I like tried to get into his. Yeah, like she kind
get
of
this
went
part
into
out, great.
his fingers.
So, because if you had grabbed it from the top, you could have extinguished the flame a little bit, but then it might have ripped there at the hand.
Right.
So basically, do you want the bottom or top half of it, or which one did you try to save?
My initial idea was I'm like
The
digging my
bottom
fingers
half. Great.
into
So the
his.
top half burned a little bit.
The bottom half is where he just signs his name.
For the meat.
up.
The top is
Maybe if you weren't
2
unconscious.
friends from me. We don't need that.
To Julian from Graven.
You got
Oh, I got
not
most
bad.
of it.
That's good stuff.
I mean, the 6. It was a good roll.
Yeah.
You can read it if you'd like, or what you can read if you can make it out.
Oh, you want me to read it?
Do you
want me to
not
read it?
want to?
Whatever you
It's
want.
for the audience.
Let me read it first, and then I'll let you know.
Oh my god.
Can I call
Okay, as
Graven
this
over
is
to?
happening,
Because I'm kind of
on my horse on the
Raven's-
way. Yeah.
Graven. He's.
I see.
I don't know.
I'll get down off.
As soon as Graven gets over, I'm gonna kind of make sure that Graven's got him and run over to the guy.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to
So
the.
it takes off.
I know
Graven
you
puts a
got
hand
it.
on and
Don't
launches.
leave me alone with this bastard.
Got you. It's fine.
She leaves and Graven takes the hand.
Last toll of the dead. Something went wrong.
Should have listened.
He reaches in and takes GGG.
It must have gotten burned. Do I want to with you?
That'd be so.
You're alone here in the dark with her.
He's stable.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I want to look through his bag.
Slap, 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 slap.
I'll take a look through his bag.
So he has a lot of stuff in his bag.
Yeah.
What are you looking for specifically? Because
Oh my god.
Okay, I'll just go through GGG rifle to see if he's stuck any notes, maybe in GGG that seem important. Or
do you keep anything
In GGG? No.
You go flip through the pages quickly. You don't see anything. By now, Safira has reached Orba, so you could look further, but at a certain point, they might look and see you rifling through his stuff.
Put that back.
Okay.
Hand on the chest. Again, righting him a little bit so he's not all twisted up on the ground.
Go ahead and roll for the hit. Level.
I have this like love note that I wrote to Graven.
Yeah,
in there.
Graven, I'm trying to tell you.
13.
It says if you're reading this, you suck.
You fuck you. If you're reading this. 13 health.
Not 13, 11.
That would actually be awesome if you had.
And for the second time in
Been saving it.
an hour, Erland sort of wakes from his unconscious state.
How long was I out for? Started like waking, thinking he's still in combat.
It's fine.
How long was I out for?
Not long.
Where is he?
That,
Where is he?
Not realize that he was a magic user.
Where is he?
He used the last of his energies to take his own life. Come on.
Start to walk back. So you had a moment here before Safira got to you. Was there anything you wanted to?
I guess if there was time, I'll start moving the dude. Like,
I will help her move the dude.
yeah.
Okay. Safira, you see Orba starting to pull at the corpse.
Should we try to bury him or cover him or something? I don't know.
Burying would take a significant amount of time, but
this is weird, but I'm gonna take off the guy's shoes and look at his feet to see if I can't
Oh, he's from Grand
To
Pasada.
see if you can what?
see any like tattoos, any markings. I want to like
no
try
markings
to,
at all. Yeah, you take the boots off. The
and I
boots
want
seem
to search
of
this
decent
guy
quality.
pretty well for like tattoos.
Okay, you take off some of the clothes. You look for some markings of any kind. Nothing.
Nothing.
Like
Okay.
pristine. No, not even no scars. No
wow.
tattoos.
how
no
old was this
nothing.
guy?
How old was he?
Yeah.
Like mid to late 30s.
All right.
But a newborn babe.
It's a cool age to be.
And he was wearing the broken crown, like
He's
garb.
still. It's a little busted up, but he's still wearing a
We should take this,
broken
right?
crown jacket. Yeah.
Yes, as long as we don't leave another naked person in the woods. Sure. Whatever.
So knowing we're
external-
gonna fully leave another naked person.
He has a
behind.
tunic underneath the coat. He's not naked underneath.
Someone, yeah. It's the same as. Well, you weren't there, but it's the same as the Mycrawl den. All the men just resisting any kind of capture or questioning. They all just took it in their own hands.
Right.
I managed to salvage most of the letter. I guess we'll wait for.
Oh, right. Anything interesting, useful?
Yeah. I mean, it's pertaining to you and your missions. Not you specifically. It's not like saying, "Hey, Safira, what's up?"
I was
It's-
about to say.
Sounded like it for us.
No, it's relevant, is I suppose the word. So let's.
So this guy, I'm
Erland and
assuming,
Graven, if you sort of help him to his feet a little bit.
he was a stitcher then, I'm assuming.
Well, the last line is, "It's time to start stitching this continent back together."
They went from Void 2 to Stitchers just for the puns?
I somehow don't think
think
it was
it's-
just for the puns, but
They're
yeah.
thinking they're clever. I think it's symbolic.
So he
or-
shot. He killed himself as the ones at the Mycrold ended.
I'm sorry. I should have taken my dagger and done something.
Can I see that?
Yeah. I mean, you read it to the group. It's vague enough, but I don't know.
We are almost through. We couldn't solve the lock, so we're brute forcing our way inside. It's taking longer than we planned, and every day we remain here, we're at risk of fending off further reinforcements. You should ready correspondence to the parties in question so we can begin applying pressure as soon as possible. Do whatever you can to keep Orba tied up for just a couple more days. It's time to start stitching this continent back together. Caden.
Somebody close to Warber then.
Two, though.
It was to somebody close to Warber.
Oh, is it McKenna? Is Mr. McKenna at the head of this? He was the one. Erland, sort of rifling through his bag, is going to find the other note that we pulled off the Stitchers. We'll try this spot. If there's any evidence it was there, get rid of it. That's the mutant that we found at the Mycroll Den. Talk to Mr. McKenna at the short ports when it's done. This was the note we found on the Stitchers the last time, correct?
That had more to do with the beast, the mutant, didn't it?
Right, but they were trying to. I'm not mistaken, right? That was the Stitchers who were
Yeah.
trying to kill the.
Kill the mutant at the Mycroll den.
Yes,
Yeah.
at the behest of Niels Bargus, who asked McKenna.
I don't know if it was at the
Oh.
behest of Niels, but I think McKenna had his own priorities in, disposing of the beast.
McKenna would be a very high up person in the Gentle Void to be. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I'm just saying that would.
Oh, I think it's probable.
I think McKenna is likely if not the head of Void 2, a significant correspondent to it.
That seems like. a
Talk
leap.
to Mr. McKenna at the short ports when it's done. They're reporting directly to McKenna.
I don't think it's a leap at all.
That was from a Stitcher.
Right, this is the note I got off that Stitcher shot himself, right?
I
I'm
think me
remembering
saying he was a Stitcher
No.
would be leading.
Right, no,
Yeah.
but I'm remembering correctly. That was the last time a guy shot himself was at the Mycroll Den.
And you got that note from
Yes,
him,
great, yes.
But yes, you do not know for certain. for
Yes,
those
yeah.
people.
We're almost through. We can't solve the lock.
There
Well,
is
that's
something there.
That's the
record.
Well, I
the
figured,
records room, the
right.
basement. We know where the
Magical
key
lock,
is.
I suppose.
We
So
know
we're
where the key
bro-
is.
Okay.
You know where the records room is.
To the records room, yes.
Brute force.
where the key is?
Yes.
Remind me.
The boy.
The boy. It's in his bin. It's in his
Right.
chest.
Applying pressure as soon as possible. So it is some kind of an unpaid debt.
To the parties in question, so we can begin applying.
You think they're going to blackmail people into following the
Well,
void?
why else are they
Oh.
trying to break into a records room?
You should ready correspondence to the parties in question so we can
Begin applying pressure as soon
I
as
assume they're talking about perhaps family members or loved ones of those that they have imprisoned, kidnapped. The only reason you would keep someone alive is for torture, ransom.
So I'm gonna roll through this to make sure that I'm following correctly. So
Okay.
in the Broken Crown Station,
Yes.
where they are, there is a records room that is locked.
Yes.
And that records room holds like large outstanding debts of families.
Well, it holds old debts from the war, apparently. I mean, it was
Okay.
From the War
stuff
of
that
Giants.
should be inactive.
So they're going to try to use these debts as leverage.
I'm assuming there's a big name in that basement.
Sure.
And I'm
Would be
assuming
embarrassed by
that
that
someone would
information.
either be embarrassed or someone has managed to make someone forget a long-held debt or something. But either way, they're trying to bring it back so that they can
Right.
apply pressure to someone in power, I suppose.
So Void 2, otherwise known as the Stitchers,
Yeah.
wants to do what exactly? We know they're interested in getting mutants, right? We know they're in some way.
In some way, I don't know what that means.
Too many factions. They don't like all the warring factions. Well,
But how does
Warring.
myconid extract fit into all of this? Why is it? It's Massive, right? Who wants you to look into Void 2?
Yes.
Why is Massive involved in this?
Well, he
'Cause they're
believes that Void.
undermining?
I mean, Void 2 is supposedly the main sort of vector of distribution of this stuff.
I don't know about myconid extract, but Void 2 does seem to be involved in the harvesting yard that we shut down. Perhaps?
But, well, maybe they're invested in the mutants. Another channel of power that they're exploring as a possibility.
the
Graven.
Stitchers, aren't they trying to undermine both the Gentle Void and the Broken Crown and bring them together?
I believe, yes, we found out that that's...
And that
Didn't...
Well, they're trying to create, I think, a separate, altogether more powerful entity.
That sort of
Like new
combines...
blood.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine what it is the idea is from the inside to dismantle both systems so that you can become the main distributor. I mean, you want to control the means of distribution, you want to control production, you want to control where it goes, you want to control how it's getting used, you want to control how you make the weapons.
With every answer, more questions.
Graven. Do you recall much of the War of Giants? Not of your own personal experience, but the history surrounding it? I'm ashamed to say I don't know much.
Gentle Void came up in the void. The Broken Crown wanted the Emperor.
Emperor Pachacon.
And wanted the Emperor to cede power, and he lost.
And in that process, do you recall family names that lived through that era of time?
Sorry, you could
No, that's okay.
I was signaling.
And
to Graven.
I suppose surprisingly survived, even though they were on the side of the losing team. No?
Politics of that sort were you didn't even think about. Like you're aware of the events, but like politics like that, you didn't even concern yourself with such things.
They meant nothing to me.
Because if you had somebody on record like the Mallafairs...
Well, I was
being
going to
in
say,
massive
I
debt-
would not be surprised if one of these wealthy families had never in their lives accrued any kind of debt from anyone power. It's just not possible.
Right.
I know how rich people spend money. Absolutely, they're in debt, and there's someone's name in that basement.
And I suppose if you get a family name kind of to
Well,
push
not
your
just
movement
that.
forward.
If the Mallafairs we know are funding some of these mining camps, we believe, right? We think that they have their money somewhere in distribution and creation of this stuff.
Sure.
So that means that if you can bribe them, if you can blackmail them, then doesn't that give you a tremendous amount of power? Who knows how much they even have control over these operations?
Right. I wouldn't even assume it's the Mallafairs that they're looking to blackmail. It seems like they're pretty persuasive to be a part of this kind of thing on their own, but an equivalent to them.
I worry that
Suppose.
even if we were able to get into this records room, what any of it'll mean to us, I don't know. Obviously, Massive has his theories, and we can gather as
Well,
much
I'm worried
info as
that they
we
may
can.
have already taken what they want. If they were brute
Can't
forcing
get in.
Well, if they're presumably now in the process of forcing their way inside,
Do we need
it could be that I can't he bloody well can't. I don't know if you can, but I can't do it right now.
We need to rest briefly, just briefly, before we...
Look, the information's deeply important to me. Very important. But I don't want to die. But it's not that important. So
would we feel comfortable using some of our healing potions or something so that we can expedite
healing
this?
potions? I just used mine on him today.
Got
twice
lots of
one
them.
day.
I have one, but also if we rest an hour, would that help magic users? That would certainly help me.
I would benefit from a rest.
I could
But
rest for a while,
I guess what I'm saying is also there's possibility of finding healing potions in the Broken Crown station as well. We know that they have their own sort of collection of it, so I don't know if they've been used. But also, I was going to say... No, I forget what I was going to say. I completely... Oh, did you find anything else on this person? I saw you patting him down.
No. I found this, and I'll take out the bracer. This must have been his arcane focus.
Whoa, that's so cool.
Yeah, that's how he was able to fire off the magic missiles right off the cuff there.
Right.
Remember that Duffy Geis is involved in some way as well,
Well,
Sure.
as the one who sort of controls the sort of flow of mutants, it seems.
I think we're putting too much
Geis
stock
hates
into
what
the
we
fact
do,
that
or
he
what?
is the only person we've seen control a mutant.
Well, no, remember when I saw Niels Bargis's sister's intake form?
Yes.
It said Mr. Geis might want to keep some mutants. So Mr. Geis is in some. That's where they are. That's where the mutants are being processed, and whether or not Duffy Geis is in charge of the harvesting yard, he does hold a significant amount of sway there.
He's also the most powerful person in the city that is closest to the harvesting yard. So,
Well, he was intimately involved in its creation.
Yeah.
again,
but also-
for the same reason, I believe.
Yes, I agree.
But we also know Duffy Geis doesn't really like to share power.
Yes.
that's an understatement. Yeah.
So, all
We
right.
think the idea is that there were at least a dozen bandits at this outpost. Yes.
Whoa, yeah, and Warber's not going to make it.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm not going into this now.
12 band.
It's
We
a
need
bad idea.
we need to rest for at least an hour and then
At
perhaps
least,
scout
at
it out.
least.
Scout it out.
Yeah.
See if we
I
can't
think
sneak
we
in.
should probably try to rest for longer than that. Obviously, this wasn't the plan. We weren't planning on. I'm sorry about. I feel like a right idiot for going towards the fucking
It's
whimpering.
okay.
It doesn't matter.
It's fine.
But
Over.
the idea was to be fully fucking rested, because what I don't want to do is that guy surprised me. I don't know about you, but those magic missiles, not great.
There are 5 soldiers kept alive on the 3rd floor as well. If we can release them, we'll have numbers.
Well, we don't know what state they're in.
And 4, to be clear. It was 5 with the guy, including the guy who
away.
escaped. There were 4.
Oh, I thought he was saying.
No, he was one of the 5.
Well, okay.
I don't think we should count on them helping that much, is what I'm
But
saying.
that would be a bit of bother for them if they had to
oh,
deal
I'm not
with
saying
people
it's going to
getting
make
out.
it easy.
There's also a heavy object in the stables, which we have a significant amount of information here.
I know, I'm
The
just saying.
scouting starts. We
There
start
are
with the
fewer of
scouting.
us than we'd like to have, ideally.
What
for
time
this
is it right
sort of
now?
thing.
Sorry.
5 in the morning?
What time is the sunrise?
Getting there.
Another hour.
Okay, what if, just immediate plan here, there's only an hour left before we have, dawn against us, so those who need to rest, maybe do a minimal scouting party mission where just under the cover of night while we still have it, get as much information on the exterior as possible, and then we can always recalculate.
The problem is that I need to rest, and Safira and I need to rest, and we're probably the most adept at scouting.
Well, do you have any magic left to possibly consult with deer or something? And I'm feeling okay.
It's probably pushed it. 5 might be a little. You guys, it was just a tree fight and then walking. I mean, you've probably got, we'll say, an hour and a half of decent cover of night
Okay.
left.
So if we do a short rest, we would have half
Like
an hour
half
to
an
scout.
hour of
Let's get
reasonable cover.
Let's get to the bridge where there's rushing water, so we can rest. With the cover of water, rest for 1 hour. The sound of water.
It's just under.
Sounded yeah.
I was like, you can't rest underwater. That's not going to be restful for you.
Is that something you could do?
Well, yes,
That would
potion
be
of water breathing.
permanently restful.
Yeah.
And then permanent rest.
We'll rest for 1 hour, and then we'll scout for half an hour, and we'll see where we're at.
Okay.
This horse cannot come north with us. It will be seen as
Yeah.
something that should not be coming back north.
I'm going to kind of
alone.
pat the horse.
We should potentially
We should tie it up. We should.
We
keep
should
it
potentially
safe,
ride
right?
past. The Broken Crown Outpost isn't right on the road, is it? Do we know? I guess we'll find this out.
I don't think we should risk riding this horse past.
All right,
Outpost.
let's rest first, scout, and then we'll make a horse plan.
Yeah, sure.
If someone sees this horse, they will know that we have.
But if we wish to disguise me in some way and get an inside look, I could be riding the horse.
Yes.
We've got those paints. We could disguise the horse.
That would be a lot of explaining to do as to why you came back north.
Well, I'd be all wounded and I wouldn't be able to speak because I'm so weak, and then they would take me inside and it would go perfectly smooth.
I do not.
Obviously.
I don't like this plan.
Perhaps we formulate plans once we have a better lay of the land.
I think that's a good idea.
But for now, maybe hold on to the horse.
Yeah, I think we should hold on to
We
it
can
and
also
paint him.
we can also rest here if we like.
So
so
Greer's
the
gonna
horse
look
stays-
at the paints and look at the horse.
So
a
the
little
horse
bit farther
stays
away from the corpse.
All right. All right. But we can then that way we're not risking being seen with the horse.
We tie off the horse out of sight.
All right.
While we rest.
All right. Yes. All right.
Fine.
Sort of gods.
I was strong.
Once again, finding a quick little, again, the woods are fairly sparse here, but you duck your way off the road so that someone just traveling along wouldn't stumble upon you. And you all sort of take a breather, sit down, make sure that you have your wits about you, thinking about the task to come. That is where we're going to take a break. We'll take the little short rest during that time.
Aw.
And we will recharge our batteries as we approach the Broken Crown Outpost.
Threats be getting bigger, yo. Threats be.
3 nat 1s and 2 downs in one half an episode.
It's going great.
You can only go up, friend.
Or
bad.
stay the same.
There's
Anyways.
one way for it to go down. Death.
Oh,
Was there something you wanted to
Yes.
drop?
All right. So here we go. Crazy Locha gifted 2 subs. Sensuous Bean gifted out 5 subs. So
It's low.
that's long.
Change to sensuous
It's
being.
not Lompcho anymore.
Are you related to everyone who has
Yeah.
funny names? The sensuous being.
Oh, I love you so much.
Anthony's
Coning-
nose. Oh, big turd. That's my uncle.
Coning Poda gifted 2 community subs. Snapping Cobra did 1 bit. Happy Panda gave out a community sub. Snapping Cobra another bit. Sir Bart Thorn subscribed for a month. Snapping Cobra another bit. Cool Schaefer 500 bits. Wretched Troglodyte Man 100 bits. Randy LA
He's
resubscribed
already
for 2
cool, though.
months.
He's not cool in.
Huntsman 500 bits. Crazy Locha with another gifted sub. Vincent Van Spock 500 bits.
Hey.
Troglodyte Man 100 bits. The Huntsman 5 community subs. GF Powers 100 bits. And then C Tops 14 subscribe with Prime. Whoa.
Thank you guys so much. We had a very action-packed start to the episode. Now maybe slowing it down a little bit, scouting on the second half.
gonna play some slow
take it
jams.
real
Gonna
slow.
take it- Everyone get to the dance floor.
We'll have some cool little intrigue music. It's always spooky. All my music's spooky.
Yeah, if you are related to me, let me know. In the chat. I have a very big family.
If there are any other sensuous beings that are related to...
Oh my god.
All right, everybody, we're gonna take our break. We'll be right back. Little too long didn't watch from last episode, all the good stuff, and we'll see you on the other side. See you then.
0 hit dice.
Welcome back, everybody, to Chapter 6 of Season 2 of A Peek Beneath the Veil. Showing off some swag here at the halfway mark.
Swag.
We lost the sticker.
Goodness.
Like you
I
got scared
wasn't
by
saying
an
I had
animal
to.
on the ground. Yeah.
No, we do. We have to now.
It's compulsory.
Yes.
I just say merch and it all appears.
Here,
That's
now
weird.
my face is a sticker.
When we last left the party, we had pulled over by the side of the road to make sure that we can steel ourselves, gather our things, catch our breath before continuing on to potentially the Broken Crown Outpost on the other side of the Free Run River. The group has taken a moment, licked their wounds, bandaged up a few cuts and scrapes and bruises that we sustained, both in the fight with the tree and with our ambiguous rider who
Never got a name.
slipped through our fingers.
No, his name was
Caden. Yeah, no.
potentially Caden.
Well,
Unless someone else
we'll
wrote the
see.
note.
Unless someone else. Unless we're about to meet Caden.
Has anyone seen a note that I wrote?
That's what our scouting mission find. Some guy being like, "Where's my fucking note?"
So you guys have taken a little bit of time, and now you can return to the road, or that's up to your discretion.
Should we?
I think we've got to sort of conceal this guy, right? A bit more
We
than
left
we
him.
have?
You left it back a little bit. You rode and found
Okay.
a different spot. He
Should
was
we-
off
should
the
we
road.
be-
He was not in the middle.
Should we be, worried about that? It was weird to have just one guy riding, right, with a day's rations off on
I
his
am
own. I don't know.
surprised that a magic user on his own was just bringing a note south, but
It was a bit odd, and you don't think that guy could have been responsible for our, magic tree thing?
No, I would be very surprised, honestly.
I think we.
You got the crystal thing though that he was using.
it's just a focus. It's not very valuable.
No, I just mean, I don't know, in case we needed it for something.
I think at this point
Evidence.
we should tie up the horses somewhere.
Out of sight.
Out like here. We leave. How far away from the thing are we now? Like by foot?
From what?
From the Broken Crown by the bridge.
Yeah.
The outpost, you don't know. You haven't seen that yet. The bridge, you're very close to. I mean, it's well within sight. It's like, down the road a little ways, like a few hundred feet.
You think we should
Very
tie up?
I do not like bringing this horse with us.
I think maybe we leave it.
Can you give me a second and see if I can't paint it?
You're
a bit?
not.
No, I mean, look, it doesn't have to be perfect. Even if it just looks muddy to the point where you can't distinguish its markings,
I
that's
personally
not bad.
don't like bringing our horses anywhere near the station, period.
No, I
agree.
agree.
Okay,
So, but
why don't we just all leave the all
We
five
leave
of
the
them here?
horses here and we proceed on foot to scout.
it'll take me 5 minutes.
Well, there's no.
But we're not
Point.
taking them to the thing, so having a horse disguised
We're not
as
going
a
to ride
different
them
horse.
past afterwards.
Maybe not.
Okay, right.
Depending
that's
on what we discover from scouting.
fine. Okay, right.
Yeah.
Let's go, I suppose.
And we only have half an hour
Yeah,
of dark.
we should make good use of time.
Yeah.
Let's get them off the road as well.
Yes,
I'm
well-
leaving
I mean, I
some
suppose we could have Graven watch our
belongings.
belongings. You can't see very much of anything anyway.
How do we know we will make it to the broken on foot if we'll make it within a half an hour? I say we tie up the horse here, we ride a bit farther, and then as soon as we see the Broken Crown outpost, we leave our horses closer to it.
That is potentially too close. If they have lookouts, if they have anyone with a spyglass, they'll see us approaching.
It's true. I'd rather not approach on
All right.
horseback, actually.
All right, then we must be quick.
Yes, I agree.
If you want the cover of darkness, let's go.
So
Okay,
tie
off
up
the
the
road.
horses a bit off the road.
Sure. Find a little spot, tie them up again. It's not super dense here, but they're not clearly within vision if you were moving along the road.
And Erland's gonna set a fast pace, sort of moving going along the road at first, but then once we get to the bridge, sort of keeping an eye out.
Clomp, clomp.
Everybody moving forward?
Yeah, I'm just figuring out what's
Yeah,
coming out of
well,
my saddlebags.
Okay.
Go
Take a little look.
stand. Bollocks.
I'll talk as you guys
Yes,
sort of browse.
please do.
So just a little bit further along the
Show me
road,
the vial of smelly goo.
and you find the path curving to the left. It's now making directly for the river, and you perceive the bridge head on, where it has the appearance of kind of a little tunnel that takes you to the other side and marks passage into the northern Stout Hills. It's a surprisingly modest bridge, especially compared to the first one that took you into the corridor. These wartime supply run crossings tend to be wider to allow for the transport of some of the oversized cargo. But whether by an attack or just deterioration over time, it looks like this one was at one time rebuilt. The wood is less faded, the buildup of algae on the support beams less pronounced. Not super recently, but just it's been rebuilt presumably since the War of Giants during its usage. And whenever that was, it looks to have been recreated at a little more manageable of a size. The results, this kind of very quaint wooden pass during the day likely provides very nice views kind of up and down river. So you guys get into the bridge. As soon as you get to the edge of it, hear your footsteps on the wood planks, just kind of little clomps.
In the night, if we don't have any lights, I know we saw the guy moving through. Would there be a risk of being seen through the windows?
Someone with very good eyesight, perhaps.
Do we see any lights yet, sort of yonder?
No.
For the Broken Crown outpost. Playing it safe, Erland's gonna keep his head down underneath and
Okay.
sort of
Underneath
gesture
the
to
little
everyone
cutout
underneath the
windows.
little
Kind of
cutout
do
windows.
the same, like, gesturing.
As soon as you get to each one, you just duck down, make sure you're underneath it, and you pop up each time, kind of back and forth. Everybody give me perception checks as you're moving along.
Oh, baby.
14.
No!
Natural 20.
My perception check is a no. 6.
My
I'll
fourth,
keep note of that, though.
my
That means 6.
fourth
that means-
natural one of the day.
You guys
Are you
moving,
serious?
very concentrating on getting through the bridge quickly, quietly, without ducking your head up. You sort of aren't as keeping an eye as much on your surroundings. But as Graven and Orba, who are, I think, the two in the back there, you guys have a moment to just look back and forth a little bit. And you can see that this bridge seems to be a popular spot for carvings, graffiti. You see like a number of things kind of carved into the side. Lots of sets of initials with hearts and things. A sort of lover's bridge. You see a number of sets of initials.
Any
Rolled a
phalluses?
natural 20.
Oh my god.
You pass by and for a moment think nothing of it.
Oh my god.
And then you stop for a moment. And you just turn and everyone else is kind of moving quietly forward a little bit. And you move in a little closer to one of the carvings. And there's a little heart carved around. And you see a set of initials. That doesn't immediately ring a bell. But it says SI plus CR. And you could swear that the I, which is curiously lowercase, because most of the letters that you see are uppercase letters that people have carved into it. It's like a little diamond shape instead of like just a circle, like the way that the I, the dot of the I is carved. And something triggers in the back of your memory. You know someone who writes their I's like that. Sangrila Ilvigo. S-I. And you see that carving, and of course it's possible that someone else carves their eyes the same way, but you see the S-I plus C-R with the heart around it. I had that written down that you don't see it unless you get a 20 or higher.
Oh my god. C-R. It's Pocket's real name. I hope. some
She's
F-boy
she's
is she
up
up north.
Oh my god.
I can't believe you rolled that.
That's
I
how many other nat 20 secrets does Matt have in his notes?
As Graven's examining
Yeah.
that, Orba, you rolled
Just
pretty well
taking a
also. Yeah,
half a second.
examining that for a moment. You're looking along the sides as well, and it's in the dark. It's hard to see, but with your dark vision, a couple things pop up. You see someone has carved GGGP216. Classic sort of inside joke for some of the scholars throughout Antisuyu. You see at one point written a broken crown O Ish Humnorik. It looks like it's written in Elvish. You don't understand that.
Sick.
There's a couple symbols that you spot that you recognize. One of them is 3 eyeballs that are sort of connected at the center.
Yep.
Symbol of Bufmir. That's over there.
Boofmere.
Someone has carved the symbol of Bufmir in there. Another one is an anchor and a scimitar symbol, the Wamparani Militia Reserve. You see that carved in somewhere. It's quite the amount of carvings in here is quite extensive. Another one that you see is a sentence. It says, "Make your mark here if you agree that General Guardian Havich is a wanker." And there's like 40 tally marks underneath the sentence there.
What was the name?
General Guardian Havich. H-A-V-O-C-H. Havich.
General Guardian. Does that ring a bell to me?
Yeah, it's a very high-ranking Broken Crown title. There's only
Oh,
a
okay.
couple General Guardians. That is like one of that's like the highest rank in the
Okay.
Broken Crown. General Guardian Havich.
Okay.
You see at one point, "Give more than you take. You
Ah.
take from those who refuse to give." The words
Tight.
of Melvin Hoggs.
Mm-hmm.
Hogging it up.
At one point, moving a little further, you see another sentence. "What do you call an Ilvigo with the strength to defend their own? A thing of the past," is written underneath it.
Oh my god.
And
Close are we to your homeland, man?
not terribly far. And the last little thing that you just kind of catches your eye as you're moving through is a little dirty limerick that someone has scrawled across the tunnel here. It says, "It's hard to ignore all the calls that I wasted my time at the halls, but I guess I'll just shrug and use Mage Hand to tug on my hot delayed blast fireballs." And it's sort of written in an almost cursive script as someone has written it. So you see that as well. So again, this tunnel seems to be a popular...
Furiously writing that one down.
This tunnel is a very popular spot for sort of making a little joke, a little mark. There's names all over, tons that you don't recognize,
Yeah.
scrolls all over the walls. So. As Graven's concentrating on that one thing, you see a number of these things.
When she sees the Ovigo one, depending on like what side of the wall it's on and how out of the way, can she just kind of block that one in anticipation for Graven riding by? So it does.
Sure, not riding. You're on foot.
Oh, that's right.
Again.
We're on. She's gonna open her cape up really wide.
Yeah.
Taking the.
So Graven stopped.
Okay,
So
she'll.
you see it, and you kind of look back, and you see that Graven has stopped, looking at something.
Graven.
Like, go out to just like touch feel the grooves of it for a second. What?
Are you okay?
Yes. Let's keep moving.
Okay, after you. And she'll.
You can stay there so he doesn't see it. Just
Yeah,
go
she'll
by.
gesture forward. And she'll move after.
All right, you guys get up to basically the end of the bridge. Your feet are sort of tapping along the wooden boards, hollow thumping. The thumping of your feet almost prompts. It sounds like maybe bats up above in just the apex of the covering here. You hear some kind of just moving about. They don't kind of come down. They're just moving about. The echoing sounds of the water and the occasional spray that's coming in through the windows kind of brushes across your face with a cool moisture. And it's reminiscent as you're passing by of sneaking behind the waterfall at Lake Volcan. It has that kind of sensation about it. During your descent into the harvesting yard, it makes you wonder what Jillian's been up to in the time since you received her letter. You come up to the end of the bridge. And you'll say both of you see it, you're up at the front. There's a little signpost with just 2 markers on it. One directed straight ahead that reads Top Shelf, and another pointing just a little off to the northeast, and it says Broken Crown. It just says simply Broken Crown. It doesn't give any indication of distance, but you assume you must be reasonably close. So you can see that the main dirt road continues in the same direction, and like a tamped down grassy path sort of branches off to the right there. That's the Broken Crown direction. So you get to the end of the bridge.
Right. I think we should stay off the path.
Yeah.
Right, everyone ready?
Okay.
And Erland's gonna sort of head on the northeastern path, but let's, I don't know how deep it goes, but like 20, 30 feet off the path, but so that I can still sort of see the direction that we're supposed to be heading in.
Everybody give me a group stealth roll here.
Was Pockets a Tiefling or no?
He's a Ganassi.
It was a Ganassi, right?
Yeah.
Stealth 11.
15.
10.
Sorry, stealth. 15.
Okay.
Nice.
Quietly just off the path here. You sort of keep as best you can. There isn't much of a road here. The path that branches off, it's not a well-maintained one. It's mostly a trail of, again, tamped down grass, crudely hacked aside underbrush. The result of whoever established this outpost's maybe indecision over whether to prioritize discretion or accessibility. This little place off the side of the road. Because it isn't a very massive structure, the forest is doing a decent job obscuring the exterior. Perhaps during the daytime, a very discerning set of eyes could have spotted it from the bridge, but the light that it blocks creates this like boxy silhouette that as you get closer starts to reveal the location. It's 3 stories tall. It's built of solid stone. And there's very thin slivers of a yellowish hue flickering along the first and second floor walls, indications of interior lamps behind closed shutters. So it looks like there are windows and there's light behind it, but because the shutters are closed, you only see just little slivers of light.
It's over.
They have
Windows
shutters.
are closed.
Pack it up.
Inside.
Pack it up.
We quit.
An expansion of the western side of the outpost
up.
looks like the stables that were mentioned previously. Flimsier wooden construction with a thatched roof and some bales of hay stacked just outside its gated entrance. At least one lookout is making a very slow, deliberate circle around the perimeter. It's not lacking in vigilance. He frequently stops to kind of just wait, watch, listen. No indication that he's heard or spotted you at all, just he's taking his time, doesn't make too much noise.
He's just very good at
He's
what
on
he
the
does.
ground. Yes, he's on foot on the ground outside the outpost. He's armed at the very least with a longsword on his hip and a bow on his back. And his long, dark hair pulled back into a ponytail drapes down over a very similar jacket to the one you saw on the rider. It looks like a looted, broken crown jacket. It has black and purple stripes down the shoulders, down to the elbow. This one looks like it's been cut up in a few places. It's not as pristine as the one that the rider was using, who you just entangled with. Halfway up the building, so about on the second floor, there's also a small turret protruding off of the main portion. It's got several slotted windows, maybe some kind of archer's nest, that if the shadows inside shifting are any indication, someone has been stationed inside there. So it's hard to see, but there's these sort of slits that someone might be just keeping an eye on. Whoever's inside probably doesn't have great vision of the outside. The slits are fairly narrow, but certainly would be able to shoot out through those slits. The front door looks to have been recently reinforced with planks, perhaps because it was previously smashed down. And all of these elements kind of add up to a very foreboding scene playing out before you. This is what you guys see.
Oh boy.
Oh,
White.
God.
So foggy.
Oh, God.
Yes, it's the fog. Whoosh. So this is the first floor, the general shape. This is the barn. So you guys are stables. You guys are coming up from my direction. You're not this close, but this is the direction that you are coming from. This is the front door over here. This is the stables.
You said that.
Where are those watchtowers that you pointed out?
Yes. So just one like turret. And one second.
Oh boy is right. Why did I use my 2 level 2 spells before we got here?
4.
Because we were getting
No, I don't get them back on a short
Second
rest.
floor.
I
You
get them back
can't
on a
see
long
inside.
rest.
And the top floor. You can't see inside.
And could you just give us a visual of what those look like stacked so that
Yeah. It's not
And the
perfect because
prisoners
they're
were on the second floor?
It's like this.
Or
The
top
turrets
floor?
were on the
so
second
it's
floor.
more the stables
No,
its
the
own
prisoners
thing.
I was asking now. But
The stables there's nothing on top of the stables.
Yeah.
The stables is fully off to the side.
Okay.
And sorry, turrets were on second floor.
Yes, second floor, and you can't see the inside, but it's like right over here.
Prisoners were on the third floor.
The prisoners were on the third floor. Yes.
And we know that he told us that the barracks you could
Oh,
climb
it's
up
not
to
that.
them.
Yeah, he
there's
told
there's
us that.
ivy on the
Ivy.
back.
It's too zoomed down.
I got it.
You got it?
Yeah, I'll fix it.
And maybe we don't know which floor it is, but we know that the ivy goes up to it.
The ivy
I thought
goes.
we did know what floor it was.
I mean,
I thought it was on the top floor, or like
maybe. I don't remember specifically.
I thought it might. I think it might be on the top floor.
I don't know if the barracks and the jail are on the same floor though.
I don't know.
Still pretty tight on that, but
It's okay. I can go to the other one for now.
okay.
There's ivy in the windows, and one of. I mean, we just need to find the ivy.
But you think you're looking at it from the front. So if you said the ivy was on the back, you wouldn't be able to see it.
Right.
Right. Okay.
And where is the guy patrolling it?
You're not right here.
Yeah.
He's currently passing in front of the front door, heading toward the stable, so in a western direction.
Okay.
And then what's like the roof made out of? Is
It's
it
a
like
shingled roof. It's like a.
at like a pretty high angle, or is it like somewhat traversable?
It's not flat. You might be able to stand on it if you were careful.
Okay. Okay.
We should follow behind the one lookout, very far away, and just slowly make our way around behind him so we don't run into him.
There might be another one crisscrossing. Keep an eye out for that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I say if we can see if the stables can be gotten into. I know the person that we said, the Broken Crown escapee, said that they threw something in there. Maybe it was the ram.
Perhaps.
And then we look for the ivy on the backside.
Exactly.
Okay.
Stay quiet.
Yep. Stay down.
Is there cover? Like how many trees are
The
there?
trees here
Tall
are.
grass?
It's not Trickster's thicket dense, but there's a good amount of forestation here to move between. If you keep your distance, it would be difficult to track your movement unless you made a loud noise.
Unless I roll another natural. So if we were to follow, just watch. If we were to follow the guy walking around this way, would we have to traverse open path to get over there?
No.
Okay.
You could rotate through the woods there. Too.
Great. So, sort of keeping a significant distance, but just so we can see him, basically. Sort of follow his path, so we go around, but staying very far
Sort
away.
of
From him.
rotate clockwise
Yeah.
around the outpost. We'll lump this in with your previous roll for now, as you're not getting closer. He slowly, again, it's stop and start. He'll stop for a moment, look around, take a few more steps. fairly quiet here. You guys slowly sort of mirror his rotation through the woods, and you get around. The first thing is you're passing on the stable side. You can see the door to the stable. It's not even like a enclosed, like, I don't know the word I'm looking for is, like a solid door. It's just like a gate. It's made of metal. It looks like if you opened it, it might make some noise, but it's not like a solid door that you can see through it. You can see into the stables.
Oh, but you can't there's no vertical where you could hop over the gate. It's like
Possibly. It's like your height. You'd have to kind of climb up over the gate, but possible. Possible.
I vault right in between the two.
So yes, not impossible, but that might make noise too if you were climbing on the gate.
Right. Okay.
You begin to rotate further around to the backside. You get to the point where you're fully around to the back. You get past the stable, and again, the sort of lookout that you're mirroring is making his way further and further in this direction. And you start to see what the man that you spoke to might have described. There's kind of a thin sheet of ivy growing up from the base of the building. Thin enough that it really looks precarious to climb, but you sort of recall the words that maybe it was reinforced with some kind of silk or rope or some kind of make it an easier access point. It looks like it goes up to just the second floor, which also, sort of racking your brain, he had mentioned that was the sleeping quarters, because they wanted to sneak out at night, they would leave from their sleeping quarters. So it goes up to the second floor, the ivy there. You see the ivy sort of petering out as it gets closer and closer to the top. You can spot from here, way up at the top, the small window that it looks like he might have squeezed through. There's one window that has like a broken bar that's sort of jutting out a little bit toward the outside. It's a fall. I mean, there's no surprise that he smashed an ankle on the way down. It's a good leap from there, and there isn't much there to sort of cushion the blow. So you guys following around to the backside? What are you doing now?
And that's in is it on this general area, the ivy? Before this big lip here?
This is actually like this, and so
so the
you're
flatness
looking at the ivy goes up to about here-ish.
Okay, got it.
I'll put that way.
Sorry.
No, sorry.
Okay. We're at the ivy spot now?
You're
Kind of
around the
like-
backside. You're not at the ivy because the lookout is still walking along the backside.
All right. I think I want to try to walk up to the ivy and climb so that I can see in on the second
Full
floor.
assessment first. Finish the rotation.
Okay.
Guys, continue to following the same pattern, keeping a very safe distance. Right now, not doing anything that would necessarily sort of trigger response or any noise that would be heard. You get around basically to this corner. You make the full rotation. You see the other door.
Can I, if this is the turret you said?
It's on the second floor, so it's like this.
Oh, right. If that's so, as we're rounding,
As
we're rounding that, I want to sort of get the spyglass from Orba and see if I can't see how many people are stationed in there through the windows.
Give me a perception check. Do you allow him to borrow the spyglass?
Sure. If he asks nicely.
It's really close. 10.
10. With the spyglass, and you're not that far away from it, the shadows that are moving back and forth across the arrow slit there, it looks like just one person stationed there at the moment.
One lookout in the turret?
Looks like.
Okay.
Sorry. Looks like there's one lookout in the turret.
Thank you.
Seems as if.
Oh my god.
So 2 people awake and scouting at the moment, at least right now?
At least, yeah.
Okay.
You pass by the other door. This is the back door here. You mentioned that there was 3 entrances, front door, back door, and the stables. There's a door through the stables. The back door is a iron door, and it has like a metal sort of gate latch over the front of it. It's not locked. You could lift it up, but again, it looks heavy. It looks like you'd have to sort of put some effort into lifting the latch off of it.
Okay. But it's not reinforced with planks or anything?
No. And again, the front door that was reinforced with planks, it's not barricaded with planks. It looks like they just smashed the door and then repaired the door.
Okay.
So it's not barricaded.
How many feet up is the barracks window?
Like the living quarters window. I mean, each
Bless you.
each floor is between 10 and 15 feet, so it's like 20 feet up, like 15, 20 feet.
Okay.
You could jump.
Yep.
So you've basically made a full rotation around at this point. You can start to see the front door once again as you're
And there was
shadowing.
no other.
Outside,
sentry,
the only person you saw was the one that you've been following.
So once we make the full rotation, I'm going to gesture and say, to the back, to the back.
So So now
Against-
you're saying like,
Wait, what?
if he's going to continue going around this way, you want to go back.
No, I just want to keep following him. I just want to indicate that I'm going to point this way, so this so that
was
we
confusing.
position ourselves.
Okay.
I'm gesturing in the same direction.
Permission to wait behind and make sure there's not somebody equally like on the other side.
I'll wait with you. Yeah.
All right.
Well,
Actually, gone all the way around.
well, if they're both walking, they're gonna be doing this, so we don't see the second.
Okay, then let's
You know what I mean?
just wait for a minute here.
Okay.
I think the easiest way in, obviously, is the ivy on the second floor.
How do we know
Yeah.
that is not where they are all asleep?
That's
But
what I was going to
that's
say.
why I want to climb up and look.
The risk is that is, of course, where they're sleeping. It is, however, the key is, luckily, the first on the right. It's right by the window.
Look, if they're all sleeping up there, there's a way we can attack them while they're
No,
sleeping.
in fact, I think that what we should do, actually, is if we can get the key while they're asleep,
Well, Graven, you can do that thing where you make everything silent.
they'll notice.
Well, not if they're
Well-
sleeping.
They're asleep.
They won't notice if they're
It's
asleep.
only true. It's only about 20 feet. If the barracks is bigger than that.
So you would make the
leave
source of the
somehow.
noise silent, not the people who are trying to not hear it. You know what I mean? You make the trunk or whatever you're supposed to be opening to get the key silent, not
Yes.
the people sleeping.
Right.
I think that I am probably the most equipped if we want to do the sneaking in route, because I can
Hang
jump
on.
out of that window pretty safely.
Oh, that's
My
a
other
good point,
thought
mate.
is I saw where the bar was where our friend jumped out. If depending on how locked up these men are, I can always cast a spell to help them fall down to safety and then hopefully fight with us.
I think that's a much later step, though.
Sure.
I agree. First, we need the key, right? Because the
No, the key is for the
key is for the
records
basement.
room,
The
not for
basement.
the men.
No, I know. So then perhaps we should try and rescue the men first. They must not know the key's there.
I guess not if they haven't used
They
it
must
yet.
not know. If they're trying to break in with force, then no, they must not know.
So what is the priority then? Do we need to eliminate all of these thieves before we look into the basement, correct? We can't possibly find everything we need to find while still under
No,
siege.
no,
And I
absolutely
think
not.
even us
Unless
going
we
to,
are able to lock ourselves in. But
No,
that would
that's a
be
terrible
just terrible.
idea.
I think
Erland,
even us
seriously.
going
I
to
already said it was terrible.
Terrible.
even us
absolutely
going to
awful.
retrieve this key makes the possibility of them discovering it higher. So let us maybe not even acknowledge the key's existence for now, just in case. If we were to retrieve it and something happened to us, they have it now.
Yes,
Right now it's safe,
Okay,
potentially.
potentially.
we'll see.
I agree. So then the priority at first is to rescue
The prisoners.
You think so?
prisoners.
I think it should be.
If we're
because I
going
think
to be
that's-
in a fight, we need help.
Again, I don't think we can count on them too much, and I think the plan should be to escape rather than to engage. But
Well, as you said, I can create silence, and that might be a way to pick them off one by one.
that's not a bad idea. If we're gonna go in anyway, we should try to go in quietly.
Okay, so first step is one of you climbing up the ivy just to see how many men we're dealing with.
yes,
12, we
as
know 12.
quietly
Right,
as
but
you can.
one rider just went off. We don't know if one went north. You know what I mean?
Would
We
the
just-
first priority not be trying to rescue the soldiers so that
Do you think they're going to be?
I think if
we
we're
don't
going
have
to try
weapons
to.
for them.
Here's the thing:
We
if
don't
we're
know
going
what
to try
shape
to
they're
rescue
in.
them, we
Right.
want to
We're in
give
the
us the
open.
best possible chance of actually getting out of here. And the best possible chance means that we go in and pick these guys off one by one. Because
right.
what we don't want to
Okay.
do is get into a situation where we're trapped, we're cornered, we're surrounded.
If something bad goes down while we're picking off these men silently,
We
should
get out
somebody
of here.
sure, but should somebody be ready, like me, to try to rescue the men way up high?
They are not a priority.
Well, it's just another body to
they
fight.
won't? I don't think they'll kill them. They need them. They've kept them alive this long.
Listen, we don't have much darkness left. We're getting to.
You have it didn't take very long. You guys were very close to the bridge. I mean, it took 10, 15 minutes.
I say,
I will. Let me also just throw in really quick that at this point enough time has passed. The guy seems to have gone all the way around, and you didn't see another
great.
person that's out on the
I
ground.
say, while we still have a little darkness, still in scouting mode, you follow up behind. As soon as he turns the corner, you climb up and you just take a look and see how many and if there are people in there.
Yes.
I would say that this is different from the Marvin Bishop ambush because if we get detected, we can always fall back. They are at the place that they want right now. They can't pick up and move the entire barracks. We can fall back, we can retreat,
Yes.
and then try again. Or not, but they're not going to pick up camp and leave because we have been found.
Right.
No, they may
lose the
hunt
upper
us
hand.
down,
We lose
though.
the upper
But yeah.
But I'm just saying that retreating does not mean the mission is over. It allows us to
Okay.
No,
regroup.
it doesn't, and it should be the first option because we don't want to get into a situation where we're cornered.
If your presence is discovered while we're picking off these men, maybe that is when you get the key and dash out with it. At least that's collateral. That's no.
All right.
No, because
all
if
right.
he gets the
No.
key, if they see you with the key, they're certainly going to hunt us down.
They don't.
I mean, I'd rather
I
take a
suppose
fight
they-
out than open
That's true.
business
actually.
than
I suppose.
in a
You said
barracks.
first on the right. I'm not sure if that means first on the right from the vine entrance or the actual entrance of the room.
I believe he said it was the vine entrance.
Well, all right, but if it's
Does
not
anyone
there,
else remember? That's what I seem to remember.
Say that
Do you
one more
remember
time.
him
I don't know if I
saying
followed the question.
first on the right,
The
but
first, Jack is the youngest boy, and his bed was his chest was the first on the right in the living quarters. I believe it was from the ivy because he knew that we were coming in from the ivy.
All right, let's just have you go up there and take a look.
Oh, it's
yeah?
one of two.
That's true.
It's a 50 chance.
Are you going to cast silence, or am I just
Not yet.
Not
Okay,
yet.
all right.
Just go up and look.
So let's follow him as he comes around here to get to the back.
if for some reason you get up there and you see that there are 4 in a 20-foot radius all asleep by each other, you come down quickly and let me know.
How about I just signal if I see that?
Okay.
All right. I'll start. Will Jordan's looking at your notes. We'll start walking around to the back.
Sure. You're off to the side, so it doesn't take long to circle back around. And just as you're getting there, it looks like the guy's peeking out on the other side, making his slow rotation.
Roughly, how long did it take us to do the full circle? Like that?
For him to circle all
Yeah.
the way around, a couple minutes.
Okay.
He's taking his time. Yeah. I mean, the place is not big. It's more vertical than it is wide. I mean, it's not a large outpost. Yeah. It takes him a couple slow minutes of meandering to get.
First bed on the right's all I got.
Good.
You may be right. Just be ready to,
So
if it does come to it, check the roll.
hiding. I'm gonna sort of move as he passes. I'm gonna start to move closer.
Wait for him to slowly, sort of, with his bow slung over his shoulder. Moves around to the front corner of the house.
Okay. I'm gonna. Am I in view of the turret at this moment?
Not good view of it.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. So I'm
The
gonna
backside is pretty
Stealth check?
clearly- Yep.
Pretty shitty view.
We're all on the Ivy side right now, right?
Yeah, you've all
Great,
kind of
great,
circled around.
14.
14.
Right. Yeah.
And you get up to the ivy and you grab it, and at first, once again, like the look of it, there's these thin little strands of ivy, and you're unsure as soon as you grab it, but then you feel the silk strands behind it, and you give it kind of a little tug.
Oh, it's
Feels
both
pretty
of them.
sturdy.
It's not just. It's both
Like
are-
there's
both?
several
Oh.
strands
Oh, cool.
behind the ivy, yes, that they've made so you can climb.
So, trying to go quick here. Start climbing up to the second floor.
Your feet kind of on the stone, very quietly, 1 foot at a time. A little bit of noise from the leaves shaking as you're moving. You get up to the second floor window, take a peek inside.
And I'm just gonna.
Take a little peek inside.
Yeah. Hello.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Oh,
no!
They all died. They all fell.
Did that seriously fall behind the thing?
Did it fall behind the radiator?
Oh my god, it might have.
Do you need little baby hens? Oh, let's see if my baby hens.
Like a ruler or something.
Well, part of it has fallen behind the radiator, as is wont to do.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
Oh god. Oh god.
Let me do it this way.
What about like something sticky, like a piece of tape?
Chopsticks?
Like, fish it with? Like you're a micro addict.
She can see it, folks.
She can see it, everyone.
Post-it note?
Do you need something to?
She's bent over by the radiator,
Setting stuff up.
Oh my god.
using her small childlike hands. This is.
I think it was just one piece. If they're together. Yeah, they're stuck together.
God.
This is
These are the technical difficulties you don't expect, like dropping stuff.
a
behind it.
true dexterity.
It is. This is a sleight of hand check for
Sleight
the
of hand
ages.
check. Oh, there it is. There it is. Wow, Jordan has got one, everyone. We've never seen such a performance from Jordan,
She actually incredible dexterity.
representing USA in this event.
Oh my god. You guys can't see how stupid she looks.
Feels like it was more than one map.
Getting closer
Well,
to the floor.
it was as one piece, but it might have broken apart.
Oh no.
Oh, because you fit together so good.
Her face growing ever closer to the radiator.
So I'll describe it as she goes through this.
Thanks for the bits, Chris and Lucha. For moral support.
So you peer into the room. Second floor, I think living quarters.
Okay.
Yeah, get that other piece. Just while you're down there.
Yeah, get back down there.
Second floor living quarters. Nothing special to behold. Simply the fact that it's currently unoccupied by hostiles makes it comparatively inviting. The beds, while cramped together into 2 long rows, look fairly comfortable, though a closer examination tells a grim story of the attack. Pillows, sheets, and articles of clothing are slashed and strewn about in a jumbled mess. Several dried bloodstains mar the floor and the fabric. Whatever violence took place here, they didn't bother to clean it up beyond removing the bodies, and what's left is this sort of bleak disarray of soldiers who had barely risen from their slumber when they were ambushed and impaled. You see before you a number of beds, again, like pillows on the floor, slashed sheets, bits of wood. As you've seen before, a similar kind of barracks layout.
She did it.
Oh, incredible. Well done.
Tremendous
Should
work
be it.
from the athlete from America.
That is tremendous. Now I just have to put it back.
You did
together
so
the right
good.
way.
Sorry to ruin the mood.
No,
True
no.
showing.
You
Not all
did
of
the
it?
opposite.
I did it?
Yes, you did.
Making her country proud.
You look so cool, too.
Did I? My giant ass.
Sorry.
What was I saying? I don't even know. We were so
sorry.
excited.
It was a murderous
It was very
scene, a
sad.
lot of
Very
bloodstain.
sad.
Everyone's
As you've
dead.
seen before, rows of beds, and at the foot of each bed is a trunk, a very sort of standard barracks kind of layout. To your right, down the hall there, it looks like there's a curtained off section of the living quarters, and that space looks a little nicer, like it might have been whoever the captain of the guard was here at the Broken Crown Station. There's like a couple beds in that little room off to your right. And to your left looks like a door that is broken and like off of one of its hinges, and that is a door that goes out into a hallway. And you can even peer as you poke your head through and look, that you see the back of a man with a bow and the arrow slits. So that is where the turret is, there at the end.
Right here, yeah.
At the end, like literally right
Yeah,
at
yeah,
the end, after that little area. Directly across from you is another door that leads to what you presume is a different hallway. Just generally looking around at the layout, you assume that one of those directions leads to the stairs down and one that leads up, but you can't see which is which at the moment.
I see. And so you said, sorry, there's no one in the bed? No one's asleep?
No one in the beds. It's completely in disarray.
And there's no fucking door there.
Give me a perception check as well.
Okay.
Perception. I'm panicking. Sorry, 14.
14. As you poke your head through the window, the sounds of the outside, the sounds of the night sort of wash away. It's a little sort of insulated in here. And as you just are looking around trying to get your bearings on the second floor, you hear a very faint clinking, like ting, 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 ting. Sounds like it's coming from below you.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to get in.
Oh.
So you hear that very, very faint sound of metal on stone coming from below you.
Just.
How-
Sorry. No. Please go ahead.
How far away from this threshold am I?
Those are 5 foot
Oh,
squares.
this is.
That's to scale there.
I was hoping it wasn't going to be combat, so I didn't.
Just because my head was in a radiator there.
Yes.
Fancy barracks,
Just nicer beds there on the yep. on the
Nicer.
end. Yep.
regular beds,
There's 2 rows. Yep, on his side, and then on the other side are 2 rows of beds.
and then the
Smashed
outlook.
door leading to a little hallway, and the turret's on the very end, like this piece here. I can even put a guy there. One second.
And the turret is like outside, or is the turret like inside with like a?
You're thinking of the wrong kind of turret. It's not
a-
a weapon
not a chunk,
turret.
chunk, chunk
it's a
turret.
stone turret, like that would be on the outside of a castle.
And it has arrow slits.
Yeah.
There's not a weapon.
Oh, that's called a turret.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
You thought it was some guy like.
I was picturing.
Punch it, shall we?
I was picturing like a big harpoon kind of thing.
Nah.
Fuck you. And then he said stairs going down and up, possibly here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't get cocky, kid.
Someone facing away out toward the outside.
Got it.
In that turret there.
Is this sort of... you said it was like a sheet or a curtain?
There's a tattered curtain that sort of looks like it would have separated those two.
Do I see anyone moving behind that curtain?
No, you can see into that room. And you
Oh, great.
Cannot see anyone. Yeah.
Do I see a chest right here? Are there chests
There's
at the foot of
chests
every
at the foot
bed?
of every single bed. Yep. Some of them are open. Look, they've been rifled through, but some of them are not.
I'm gonna climb through the window.
Oh no.
Give me a stealth check.
What did we say? We said look and come back.
23.
23.
He's looking.
We're
You guys look
independent.
from the outside and you watch Erland poke his head in, and then
No!
through and disappear through the window there. Look around.
And I want to get below the bed if I can.
Okay, you do so.
And I'm
Nice
gonna
low to the ground.
And I'm gonna sort of try and reach out and I don't want to try and fling it open. I want to see if the chest is locked.
It does. It certainly does not look locked. No.
Okay, then I'm gonna sort of crawl to the first on the right, and I'm not gonna open
First
it.
on the right from where?
I'm going to
From
this one
where you just
right
came
here.
in through the
Yeah.
window. Okay.
And I'm going to very carefully just crack it open.
Okay. Give me with advantage a sleight of hand check.
22.
22.
Wow.
Place your palm on the bottom portion and your fingers on the top, and you just separate the fingers a little bit. Make a little opening. It's pretty quiet when it's open. It doesn't make like a creak or anything.
Okay, so there was no creak when it first opened?
Certainly not a
great.
noticeable one.
Okay,
So it's uncreakable.
Yeah. So I'm gonna. It's normally when it creaks. So I'm gonna. Sorry. I'm gonna open it so I can put my hand in
Okay, you do so.
and feel around.
You can feel some blankets, clothes
For a key.
inside. Give me an investigation check. You gotta do it with disadvantage. You're just sticking your hand in there without opening.
One was a natural 20, the other was an 18. So investigation is 22.
22.
Oh my god.
Nice.
You reach your hand all the way in, and the trunk's not that large. And with your sort of long limbs, you're able to reach to each corner of the trunk there. Mostly sort of cloth things. At one point, you feel something that feels like it might be some sheets of paper or something. And then at one point, your fingers touch what feels like maybe a little box of some kind.
I'm gonna take it. And I'm gonna
Take it out.
put it in my bag first.
As you take it out and look at it, one of the back hinges
No.
is broken on it. Like it's a little box that opens like this, and it has two little hinges, and one of the black ones looks cracked.
Meaning it's gonna like fly open, or
Meaning like it looks like it might have been forced open already.
okay. I'm gonna slowly close the box, and I'm going to take a peek in the box.
And a nice little key-shaped padding is on the interior with no key inside.
And I didn't, and I feel like I got a pretty good check of the box.
Yes.
Okay.
But they're still doing the thing.
I'm going to. Jack might have it. So I'm going to put that key thing in my bag.
Do so.
I'm gonna get low. It's been probably a couple minutes here, so I'm gonna peek out the window to make sure I can see the guy
He's
walking past.
just getting around again. He had rotated all the way
Okay,
around.
so I'm gonna wait for him to pass again. I'll even wait for him to clear the area because
Okay.
I know I can get down pretty quick here. And I'm going to. I'll prioritize quiet over speed, knowing that I have a few minutes.
Give me a stealth check.
As he's doing that, is he leaving the window how he found it? The like.
Yeah, it was open.
Okay.
And he didn't have to like open it. And
Yeah, I want to like keep the thing closed as it was, and 12 for the stealth. check.
12. You let your
Lame.
fingers kind of slide down the silk rope.
It's a terrible roll.
That wasn't good.
It makes a little bit of sound on the landing, just a little, but he's far enough away. You think? that
Okay,
it didn't
and
hurt?
if I were to press up against this wall, this guy wouldn't be able to see me at all.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
So I'll take a second right up against the wall. And then very quietly try and rejoin everyone. All right, sorry, there's no one in there. They're empty.
Okay, that's good.
I found this. And I'm going to hold out the box, flip it open.
Nothing in it.
So that note said something about they couldn't solve the lock. So I'm assuming that means there's some kind of a
The
puzzle.
boy,
or magic.
Jack, might have it. Nobody. The boy might have the key.
So
Right.
prisoners next.
You saw no one on that floor.
There was one, I saw the one sentry in the turret, And then there was, I'll describe the interior, then there was the barracks, 4 beds, no one in it. Brutal scene, frankly. Sort of a captain's quarters to the right, and then straight ahead a door. I presume that there's a stairway down or up, and I presume the other stairway down or up is in the turret.
Any evidence of other people?
One in the turret. That's it.
Other, I said. Any evidence?
No. So we have 2 targets that we know of.
Another thought I literally just had is if we can get some of these guys down while they're not paying attention, we can finally maybe get some information off them.
He said, hold on. The escapee. He said that no one was watching them, really. They weren't under guard.
No.
They were just sending them food.
Correct.
If that means there's none of the bandits on the top floor. One, maybe one
They're
other on
all
the second
trying
floor.
to get
One may be dead.
Everyone else has
So
to be
that's
trying to break
3.
into that room.
What if there aren't really 12?
9
What if
bandits?
we just killed a magic user? Maybe they also had some kind of magic that could swell their numbers to the people who were here.
Not
That's
something
what
we should gamble on, though.
Sure, but they could have also
Yeah.
sent out other people, like north or
So-
east or west.
Yes.
My fear is we do need to work quickly in some
Yes.
capacity.
So
I
what's
think that
next?
we have 2 options next. 3, really. We can try and rescue the soldiers.
Okay.
We can try and kill these 2 men simultaneously, or individually quickly.
Okay.
Or we can investigate the stables to see if the heavy object in the stables is any use to us in any of these projects.
I think while
missions.
we're here, it's not a bad idea to try to take these 2 out, especially if we can do it without alerting their friends. But
Again,
only
I
if we can do
create
it
a
without
bubble of
alerting their
silence
friends.
that he will walk through, and we could all attack him.
How long does your silence last?
I can't move it, but the silence itself lasts 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
The one thing is, it's got to be one and then immediately after another. That the man up top is going to notice if the other guy isn't coming around regularly enough, and the other guy walking around is going to notice this man's shadow not
Yes.
passing.
And
Yes.
potentially, if once we start killing, then we run into the risk of changing of the guards as well. So once we start killing, we need to work quickly.
Yeah.
We might want to look in the...
Another thought. If we presume that most of these men are down in the basement trying to open this lock or whatever, do we have bombs? Do we have something to just blow them to smithereens?
I mean, but then what the problem with that is that we risk blowing to smithereens the documents they're trying to get as well,
I
which
guess
we
I don't
might
know how
want.
reinforced it is. Like if
I don't
they're
know.
if they're trying to pick through it over the course of a night or two, that's a heavily enforced space. No.
Well, they're also, I'm sure, afraid of damaging them, so they might be going carefully enough
Right.
that they're not triggering anything or exploding anything.
Okay, that's fair.
So, what do we think we should do? Should we try to take care of these 2 guys?
We
Or
need to know where everyone is and how many there really are.
Okay,
At least
then
a
let's-
better idea.
So
I don't know how we do that, but
the prisoners?
prisoners.
prisoners?
That's very hard with this. Is there anything to get a handle on in the prisoners are on this side or above the turret?
You don't know.
Or
You can see
the
third
sorry,
floor.
where we saw the broken window that the guy seemingly jumped out of.
Roughly equivalent to above the like the sleeping quarters there, the bunks.
I have the spell that allows people to float. I could.
Oh,
I mean, it's taxing, but if it's a priority, then we should do it.
Remind me how much falling damage is. Sorry, I know it's like it's
I think you
1d6 per
can-
10.
I'm pretty sure you can
Comes up
hop.
there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can hop from the 3rd floor without a problem. Fall down 1d6 for every 10 feet that you fall.
So that would be 24. So I'd be good. I can jump from the 3rd floor. So once I'm up on the 3rd floor, I can safely jump down
okay,
Yourself, by yourself.
by myself with no assistance.
okay, right. So then,
we're going to sneak back in and through the door and up the stairs is the
do we
idea.
feel
Or
comfortable
climb the
sending him
outside.
alone?
If we're going to do that, then we need to kill the man in the turret. We also don't. I think if we're going to get at the.
Look, there's a way that what we need to do is go up there, get all of us up there, kill the 2 guys, and then immediately go to free the prisoners.
I think that's the option. We kill the 2 and then get the prisoners down.
All right.
So we start here and then
I
go.
cannot do this silence over and over. I say, I'm gonna have to take about 10 minutes right now to cast it where I know that he will walk through. We come upon him all at once. We all get inside. Then I can quickly cast silence again around the second one.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds like a plan.
I'm gonna start kind of working on a
we go.
silence that. Okay.
Can you do that ritually? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Got it.
So
By the end of this silence, you guys are dawn is breaking for sure. Like by the end of the 10 minutes, here it is. Yeah.
hopefully we're not butting up against a changing of the guard. Okay.
Probably.
So mine is like dying.
Here.
I want to
Yeah, sorry, you're
concentrate. If he's not super close to the building as he's going around, right? He's 10, 20 feet from
10 feet.
10 feet. Okay. So whatever this guy has view of, if he has like the
View off to that side,
side, okay. So I want to make like a circle of silence that just barely touches the edge of the building.
So, what is the radius?
It is a 20-foot sphere, radius sphere. So 40 feet.
This is too small, but this is like you want it like looking at this.
Yeah. Oh, right. If that's the building. Yeah,
This is the base of the building, so
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
use
So
that.
there, yeah.
Here I can
Exactly.
yeah. So that's
Okay.
So that's about where you want it, near at the back side of the stables.
Yep.
There. Yep.
Yep. So that when he comes around the corner,
He
he'll
will
like step
pass
into
through.
it, and as I'm doing this, like, he will know as soon as he passes through the threshold what is happening. We need to. As soon as you see any, visual on his face, we all attack.
Okay.
Those who need to be in close contact, do you want to hug the building rather than dash from the exterior?
How far away is it from me?
If you get to the edge of the sort of wooded area, you'd be 50 feet from the building.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'll
Cover yourself in vines.
I'll just get.
Ghillie suit.
Yeah.
I will. Where is he right now? I'm so sorry. He's like.
While you've been
Yeah,
talking,
yeah.
he's been moving around. He's on the back side. You can't
Great.
see him right now.
So
he's
I'm
on
gonna
the
sort of get
front
myself
side,
as close as I can to that.
where Graven indicated.
Where Graven indicated, hugging the side of the building, so that once he enters it, I can get to him within.
What?
Pull him in.
Are you, oh.
Okay.
All right.
Where else is people stationing themselves?
You guys can.
I want to climb. No, never mind. I was gonna climb up halfway. Is that stupid?
Climb up halfway what?
Wait, that doesn't help me at all.
No.
I just realized how stupid that was.
I want to
I was
hover
picturing-
10 feet in the air
No.
above.
I was picturing that would give me a vantage point, but it doesn't.
No,
I mean, if you had her levitate you and you could just.
No, but like we can shoot him from. We just need we're shooting a guy like
Yeah, no, I
50
get
feet
it.
away.
I get it. I get it.
Right? Yeah.
It's gonna be 50 feet from the edge of the wood line there.
What kind of armor was he wearing?
Leather armor.
Okay.
You be the first to strike. I know that myself and you can do more damage once he's taken a hit, right?
Yeah.
All right. So you're the first. As soon as you let loose on him, things are flying towards you.
I mean, it just to reiterate, it'll take you about 6 seconds to get to him, 50 feet away, like a turn's worth of.
Oh no, I wanted to press myself up against the thing. So like.
Okay.
If I'm up against the wall, it looks like I'm like 10 or like how close can
Up
I get
against
myself?
which wall?
So
Use the exterior, not the.
oh, I'm so
floor.
sorry. Oh, so this thing is there. If I'm
Send up like a flare.
It's a thing.
Oh, I'm sure.
There's other spells.
if I'm right there,
Ooh, yeah, a little pocket.
that puts me what 5, 10, 15,
Yeah,
20, like
20-ish
20-ish feet away
yeah.
from him, so I can in theory get to him within 3 seconds.
Okay. Yep.
I'm happy to signal you if you're in a blind spot.
All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna sort of.
Just just timing wise, yes, you get to him about 3 seconds. He will know the second he steps into that there's a spell or something going wrong. So I just want to map the time out appropriately.
As soon as he steps in,
Sure,
like,
but-
before he steps in, we should be.
That's what I mean. Yep. So if you're waiting for Erland to be the first one to hit him, he has a moment to react there. That is what I'm
yeah.
telling you.
Oh, okay.
Unless you're gonna plant Erland in the thing, in
Raven,
which case you would obviously
regardless
see
of
him.
damage, I think we should just fire before he hits this thing.
All right. But before, we want the things to
Right as
find
he's
purchase in him in the silence as well. We don't want to make.
No,
noise.
obvious. Yes, obviously, but I'm just saying I don't want him to know it's happening.
Right. Can you fire first then?
I can, but to what end? Just to deal damage? To
yes.
Okay. Sure.
Okay,
Why am I?
Are we not
firing first? What's
overthinking
happening?
this? Should we all just fire at once?
fine.
Okay.
No, so that you can get.
No, I understand, but
metagaming a
there's
little
it's kind of
bit.
hard
Oh,
to control
sorry.
that without
That's
letting
okay.
him have a reaction.
No, I mean, yeah.
So
Okay.
I'm just saying there are fewer.
I just want to point out that time-wise, like, unless you do something to hold him in that sphere of silence, like,
Yeah.
he might have a moment to react. Is the
Okay.
thing. Like, if he just steps in and goes, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
he will literally exit the cone of silence
Yeah.
Okay.
in a second.
All right. Oh,
So it's like before almost.
Is it? I don't know where you're planning on putting this. This is taking too long. This conversation. I apologize.
no,
Okay, so say if he's coming around here, right? Give me mine back. It's
I'm
my problem.
sorry. I put it against my mouth.
He's coming.
Not in. I wanted to be clear. Say what you're gonna say.
I can't do Orba voice while I'm laughing. If he's coming around here, is it better to have it like right on a corner so that Erland can be on the other side of the corner and immediately restrain him or stun him in some way? Is it better to have it right on a corner?
That's a good idea. That way, I'll be in contact with him as soon as he
I
rounds
like
the corner.
that, yeah.
Do you
I
understand?
don't know what's inside that corner. What if there was somebody sitting in that corner?
What?
Well, that's a stable, right?
This is all stables. Yep.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I can also yes.
I think we're being.
Here's the other. Excuse me.
No.
Here's the other option. I keep it where it is. You don't. You're not standing right there. You use your impeccable timing to run from the woods, and just as he's about to cross that threshold, you tackle him into it, or push him, or hit him into it,
It's actually not a bad idea.
so
If
that he
you're
cannot
standing-
step back out.
Also, if you're
And
standing.
you saying quietly. Quietly run up to him. What you could do.
Look, the other thing is,
okay,
if
it's
you're
important.
standing,
It's noon.
if you're standing in it, he's going to want to come towards you to attack you. The other thing is, he's
Well, no,
obviously going to see.
the two options are having me right at the corner,
Yes.
or have me stationed sort of behind him, run out quietly and hit him into the.
Like you did with the Elatrix.
Exactly, exactly.
I don't think it's a bad idea.
Or that corner that you could hide in, I could move it closer to that corner, and that way you are standing there. And
Oh, that's perfect. Let's just do that.
all right.
That's good.
Okay, I'll-
That way you can cast it so it's right there. So then as soon as he steps in, I'm in contact with him.
Okay, we got that.
You're going to lose your sense of sound, so I'll maybe do a quick signal. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Do we have a plan?
Yes.
I think we do.
Good job,
yes.
guys. Okay.
For 1 out of the 12.
Hey,
Hey,
gotta hash it out. Let's go.
We already maybe killed one of the 12.
one
Taking your
stroke at a
position there?
time.
Yep.
Give me a stealth check as you get to the far side of the building.
25.
Oh, baby.
Erland gets the nod
There we
from
go.
everyone, looks, makes sure that the plan is sound, that everyone
yes.
disagrees.
Little pinky swear kiss.
Gives a quick nod, and then
Attacking at the same time, Mike.
Yes.
Same.
Yes, 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 yes.
and Erland gets to the backside, slides up against it, and again, there's that little kind of nook there that you can just peer around, but he holds himself up against the side there. And this is at the same time as you're
Keeping my eyes on Orba so that like the slightest move she gives, I'll be ready to.
Yeah, Orba's got a hand.
a little bit, maybe because Graven was already in the middle of it, like 30 seconds pass, and then Erland just total silence, just an empty sort of void. Can't hear anything.
Oh, that's the
in
creepiest
or out
thing
or
you
around.
can do.
And you're sort of looking out toward Orba there at the
Imagine
tree
if
line.
Erland hates his thoughts.
No, they're so loud.
So loud. And slowly you see turns the corner. Where's my
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Silence is pretty cool.
Silence is so
Silence is
creepy.
dope.
Imagine how foreboding that would be. Walking on your own into a spot and you're like, oh shit, I can't hear anything. And now I'm dead.
Might have to do it ritually every time.
Oh, yikes.
a few more steps forward.
Low on
For every
slots.
like 5 feet he gets, Orba's gonna slowly raise her arms a little higher, just to signify.
Nunchaku at the ready. Sort of like loaded up on my elbow.
Holding the Toll the Dead.
Another step forward. Another step forward.
And Erland's gonna swing.
What are you doing?
Or as Orba's like pulling her arm down to signify to go, she's gonna start tapping her fingers for chill touch, and she's gonna quickly just pull her.
And is that the signal?
Yeah, I'm just, yeah.
And Erland's gonna swing.
Great. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
Okay, chill touch. Here we go. Oh, that's like a 24 to hit.
So as Orba's chilling necrotic energy goes out, he takes one step in, and of course his foot hits it first, and then he moves in and locks his eyes kind of. Erland comes around. Go ahead and make your attack.
Oh, I feel so guilty.
26 to hit.
do a regular
Hold on, because you guys might get stuff. Hold on.
Oh, right.
Let's do Orba's damage first.
9.
I rolled a 1.
Necrotic damage.
Yes.
Okay.
26 to hit.
That hits. Roll for damage.
8 bludgeoning damage.
Bludgeoning damage.
And can I use my? Is this a full round of?
If it's not another action, you can use like a bonus action.
No, I'm going to use my second attack.
Oh, sure. Yes.
Or I guess actually just because I hit this one, let's do stunning strike.
Okay.
So
For stunning
Constitution saving throw, please.
How many keys do you have these days?
13.
He fails.
Fails.
Oh!
And you can see like the silence washing over his ears, and then.
And second nunchaku hit coming
I don't
in.
even know what that would pertain.
Advantage,
With
correct?
advantage. Yep.
Oh, we're good. Oh, 2 16s. 23 to hit.
Hits. Roll for damage.
Please tell me.
7 bludgeoning damage.
Please.
He's just standing there, and like the nunchaku just hits him, and he's just perfectly still. You watch the sort of indentation on his face. He makes no reaction, no flinching.
So, question. So, stunning strike lasts until
End of your next turn.
the end of my next turn. What does that mean for a surprise round?
What do you mean?
Like, does that mean that like when we roll initiative here, does that mean that if he is before me in initiative, he is still stunned until the end of my turn?
Yes,
Yes.
that is
Great.
correct. Yep.
In that
Whatever's
case,
the end of your next.
I will not use another key point. I'm just going to use my bonus action unarmed strike for the last
With
one.
advantage. Go ahead.
Okay, that's a 25 to hit.
Hits. Roll for damage.
Wow. We're really.
And that
How
is
about this guy?
9 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, this guy is
So like,
done.
Great. And once again, Erland goes in for a kick and just boom, like thuds against his still body there. Who's next in the order?
I mean, I was tolling the dead, so that's a wisdom saving throw for
Saving
him.
throw. He doesn't automatically fail wisdom saving throws.
Still smart.
Yeah. I can't move when I'm so smart.
11.
Fails.
Stupid
Oh
is
my
so
god.
fucked.
An 8 necrotic.
8 necrotic damage.
Oh my
Inside, yeah, keep
Yep.
it inside.
no, Safira.
He hears that in his head.
2 dice, right?
I did 2 dice.
Oh, you did.
I rolled really shitty. Thank you.
No, I'm sorry.
Thanks for pointing it out.
Yeah.
Give him hell, Safira.
But nonetheless, even with Graven not
Oh my
getting the
God.
full direct hit,
Oh, I didn't even need to roll my attack.
and you expect to hear that kind of on the grass, but just
As soon as he goes down, I want to go to his body, take off his shoes specifically.
okay.
Because I'm looking for tattoos. I know that's weird.
Pull off one of the boots, nothing on it.
Anything on him?
Yeah, Erland's gonna drag the body as Safira's rummaging him away from
Yeah, I'm staying on
into
him,
the.
trying
Okay.
from it.
Rummaging through. Give me an
I'm looking
investigation
for
check.
notes specifically.
Okay.
And tattoos. Investigation, that's not going to be great. 11.
He has nothing on him that you can discern. Absolutely
Great.
nothing.
Okay.
So dragging him to the.
Yeah.
Give me a stealth check with advantage.
Me too, or?
Whoever's primary.
18.
Body. 18. Okay. A couple good drags. You get to the tree line.
We need to work fast now.
All right. I should probably do that ritually again because I can't do this over and over.
Okay, I'll let me climb up so I can get eyes on him, and I'll signal to you if you need to cast it faster.
Okay.
Ritual's 10 minutes casting. And it takes by way less than 10 minutes for him to circle the place. You see what I'm saying? The guy in the turret will have noticed that someone has not passed well before.
Unless I disguise myself, that's all I can think of.
All right. No, I'll cast it. Let's go up.
All right, so Erland's gonna go up to the
all
eye of
climbing?
again.
Who's going up?
I'm going up first.
Okay.
I'll be behind him.
I'll climb
Okay.
up with
Everybody give me stealth. Is Orba going up with them?
Yeah, we should stay together. Yeah, we should. What am I doing? Sorry.
23.
him. 21.
11.
Natural 20.
Natural.
Oh,
Everybody gets to waltz.
stealthy.
It reaches. Everyone gets their own kind of silk strand there, and
So when we get to the very top, I'll sort of gesture down and point to where he is, and I'll climb, knowing sort of the area, I'll climb out first and get behind the bed, like back to the bed.
Sorry, we don't have the map up yet.
No, I'm just moving the bottom floor so we can get to the second floor here.
Ah.
I'll move this one.
Throw it all in the radiator.
Yeah. no radiator saga. Let's move this.
I get you. Oh, you got it? I got you. I'm having too much fun with this thing. It's great.
Eventually, we'll have an amazing remote. That will,
Eventually, we'll have a remote and I won't have to do it inverted
that's
left and right.
Wait, let me move it.
Okay, sorry.
There we go. All right, Erland's the first one up. People are following him, but he's
Yep.
the first one up. Okay, you signal to that left-hand side where the guy's. He's still stationed there with his bow kind of out by his hip.
We're
You're
on our
like
way
peeking up into the. Yeah, you're at the ledge of the window there. Yep.
There. I'm going to sort of go to Graven. I'm not going to say this podcast. When I.
No.
No, you want me? Okay, I'll do hands. I'll do hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
What else was I gonna do? All right. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like getting it ready so that if 20 feet,
Basically up at the edge of the window.
if 20 feet, 20 is like here, really, right to the edge where he is.
I mean, that could cover, and this is even small for silence. It would cover more.
Honestly, I'll like get ready so that almost the first step he takes, if he's like gonna start a run, I'm gonna like get the silence around him as soon as Erland.
So that
takes
Erland
it.
can approach silently.
Yeah. But he might need to stare.
You might what?
I can't tell you this.
So what I'll ask you, are you casting it so that he is in it right away? Or are you casting it so that like Erland's in it, but he's on the edge of it? You see what I'm saying? Because Erland can either pull him in, or you cast it on him, and it would be.
If that's
he would
something I
know.
think I could, if I could get it right to the edge, it's like just behind him.
Okay.
Then I'll do that. And in that case, I'll do it right away because it's right there on the edge.
Sure.
I'm gonna look at you now then, and
My God, we just became part of Quiet Place Part 3 or something.
Oh my god.
There's 4 people standing in this very small room
it's.
here.
I'm gonna make a motion like this.
Erland's gonna.
The first step that Erland takes is immediately into the dome of silence. Like this. Silent footsteps through. You get to the other edge there where he's standing. Now, are you? Oh, sorry, the circle's not on.
That would be great.
Now, are you grabbing him and pulling him? Are you going for a hit and stun? What is your order of events here for this guy?
You hate this.
Well, because if I grab him, he could just fucking yell right now.
Be quick.
I'm going for an attack.
Okay. Erland goes up silently.
17 to hit.
That hits. Roll for damage.
9 bludgeoning damage and a Constitution saving throw.
Eight.
That fails.
Everything's fine.
Okay, so I'm gonna use my
God.
second attack. Give him hell, guys. 22 to hit.
22 hits. Roll for damage.
That's insane. 6 bludgeoning damage.
That is good. Okay.
And I'm going to, I have no bonus actions that can drag him. I am going.
Use an action to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I already used my action to stun him. So I am then going to.
If I see that he's not brought him into it, I'm gonna run towards him.
Using my last attack just for one more
Okay.
punch.
Give me another attack with advantage.
22 to hit.
Hits. Roll for damage.
Come on.
5 bludgeoning damage.
Bludgeoning damage. Okay. Graven runs in.
Do my best to get. I don't know how this would work with grapple or whatever. I want to try to take him and like put him prone in the silence.
Okay. You run up. It takes an action to do so, but you do so. He automatically fails any kind of strength check there. So you pull him down.
Do I know whether arrows are better when they're standing up? Like
They're
shooting.
better standing up. We've seen that.
I'm gonna say
Yeah,
you already
okay,
did.
you already did.
Graven
Boom.
pulls, yanks him back, and the guy just kind of teeters back over. Silently
No
hits
sound,
the
yep.
floor there. Yep. So
Okay.
you
And that's
threw
my
him down.
action,
That
right?
is an action there to throw him
Got
down
it.
at your feet. Who's next? Who was next? Who was next in the order?
I'm happy to go if you aren't.
Do it. Go.
Okay. Quick question about silence.
Yep.
If there is a verbal component to a spell, can I not cast
You
the spell?
cannot. You
in
can't cast it
silence?
in the silence. And in fact, you actually are in it. This dome is
yes, I
smaller
do.
than
I
it
do
said
have to
silence.
Okay.
okay.
Copy
Arrow
that.
attack.
Orba's.
I don't have the right.
That's okay. Sensing that she's in
You
the.
could you could back up and do it.
That's what I was about to say. Sensing that she's in it and she can't really cast much, she's gonna take some steps back to get out of there, and then she's gonna have to go with what she's got and cast like Chill Touch at disadvantage. I think, right?
Yep, because prone.
Yep, I'm down.
That's okay. That's okay.
But he is stunned,
Oh.
so it cancels. It's a straight roll.
I will put that back. That's a dirty 20 to hit.
Wow.
Let's roll for damage.
Okay, that's 2d8.
We're fucking tearing this up.
3.
Everyone relax. There's 9 more.
That's 11 damage.
11 damage.
Can't heal.
I thought
but,
this
you know.
was already gonna fly off the rails though.
Great.
Great, Safira.
By now. Okay, I'm just doing a
The
regular.
chill touch kind of goes in and it's making a little bit of noise and then it disappears as it goes into the dome of silence there.
Alright,
No.
that is so sad. 12.
12 does not hit. The arrow, luckily it's in the dome of silence because it sticks into the board like right next to the guy.
Cool. I do have another attack.
You do.
I would like to
again?
take that
Are you
Great
telling
roll
us or
again.
yourself?
myself.
Oh my god.
Oh
That is a natural,
Natural one.
my goodness.
This time you fire the bow and the arrow does not land.
No!
Silence. It goes through and it gets to the other side
more
where the little
useless doing
turret is,
nothing.
and there's that hard stone, and it kind of tink, 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 like tinks around a few times, and made a decent bit of noise there.
No!
When I
And then
doesn't
Safira
actually
does
do
that.
She's in the cone of silence. So
They also-
she goes.
they also can't. No, I don't think anybody could actually like hear that, but me, because everybody else is
true,
in the
actually.
thing, so they don't know how loud it was.
Yes.
Okay, having heard that, does Orba have time to quickly dash to this door closest to her to see what kind of staircase that leads up to? Sorry, I should.
Sure. It's you have to wait till
Oh,
your
okay.
turn because the guy's not dead.
No, okay.
Okay.
We'll go back to the top here, which is Erland.
All right, the guy's down. I'm gonna nunchaku.
Yep. Give me an attack roll with
God
advantage.
damn it, that was the most useless I've ever been.
That's kind of rough.
That was really
not your
rough.
fault.
I was the opposite.
25 to hit.
That hits. Roll for damage.
Actively worse. I made that situation.
5 bludgeoning damage.
And with that last,
Well,
lying on the
at
floor.
least
Okay,
someone's
Erland's gonna
useful.
very quickly. Is there anything in this room that you could put a body in?
The trunks are kind of small, but maybe.
Okay, if this
Shove.
trunk is in the cone of
Within the
silence,
cone of silence.
I'm gonna
Within the-
very quickly open it up and start trying to shove him into the.
If I see him doing that, I'll try helping
fold the legs
cracking
for.
that dude in half.
Give me athletic checks, both of you at the same time.
Fuck it, that's not gonna do it. 6.
Athletics, 15.
15. You get him mostly in, and you shut the thing. It's not fully closed, but he's mostly out of sight. I mean, there's like a little.
Can we take some of the clothes out that were in that one?
I assume.
All right,
you toss
okay,
that
great.
out to get him in there.
Okay, that's.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have like a foot hanging out,
Is-
but it's not fully
Oh my
closed.
God.
This stairway go
There's
down
a
or
man in
up?
there.
That's where it goes down.
Fuck.
And it's like an open.
That is open. Yep, no door there. In addition, Orba, who's outside the circle, when you guys entered in initially, you also heard that faint and after Safira kind of shot that arrow,
Oh, good.
Erland's going to.
Orba's waving her arms.
I'm gonna drop the silence.
Erland's gonna point point to that door and say,
They heard you, by the way.
I'm gonna go and see if I can pull the air. Can I see the arrow that tinged around and the arrow in the ground?
Yep. The other one, yes, loose, and the one stuck on the ground.
Hand them to Safira
they're
and
quietly go over to the door.
This door here.
Looking at Orba, who is you're already at the door, yeah? Or,
Yeah.
yeah. Anyone? What? Listen at the door.
Yeah.
Perception check.
I was like, what do you mean, anyone?
21.
You don't hear anything coming from the other side of the door.
Erland's gonna very quietly open the door and try and peek it in.
Push in. As soon as you open it up, you see that there's a staircase kind of spiraling up to the top.
Erland's gonna quietly start making up the spiral
Yep.
staircase.
Following.
Everybody one at a time.
Yep.
Erland, Safira.
Yep.
Does someone need to stay here or something?
yes, they're going to find out. If they've stopped, somebody's gonna come looking.
Yeah, that's the point.
Together.
Get up.
So we get out.
No, get up together, then at least we can get down.
Fine.
Okay, we're all going up.
Okay, one at a time. Erland, Safira, who's next?
Oh, I will go.
Orba,
I'll be last.
Graven in the rear. Sort of making your way up the staircase. It spirals around once, and you get up to the top, and you're just starting to see, as your head gets above the level, some bars along the sides. You start to see what looks like maybe it could be a holding cell of some kind, and that is where we're
Oh my god.
Oh, they heard
And we will
us.
come back
We were
next
doing so well.
episode.
I'm so sorry.
See.
What?
I know. That was the. No.
She needs another cone of silence.
Yeah, I do. I'm so sorry.
God damn it.
That is where we'll pick it up.
down.
Some pretty
Yeah,
good
maybe.
picking off there.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah,
that
we're
could
at
have gone
silence all
worse.
night long.
All night long.
And when we come back next week, hopefully we will see in what condition the prisoners are in, if they're still up there.
Jack,
who's
we
left.
came to rescue you.
Well done, everyone.
Little
Yeah,
idiot.
where's your key? Did you put it up your butt?
I can even quickly.
What are we showing? Oh, is it tap?
Oh,
Don't put it in.
the radiator.
No, it's not
This is
Nickelback. Nickelback and Hollow.
So I'm not gonna put. So you got this is the staircase here. So it's actually like.
Damn.
Yeah, you want to. I'm just looking.
So the staircase goes up there, and you're peeking your head in. There's
What does it
holding
look like up
cells
close?
on both sides.
What does it look like up
What does
close?
it look like up
Well,
close?
I'll show you what it looks like up close.
Oh,
Here we go.
let's
Yeah,
find
turn that camera
out.
on. Here we go. Wait, I still have to go. I have to go down, but then I have to go to the left because it's in front.
Oh. Still working on the
the.
Still working on the kinks.
Come on, that's a good looking map right there. Look at that.
Oh,
Look at that.
baby.
I can't take credit for that. That's descent tiles. from
Somebody
the board game.
somebody pointed it
Oh,
out. They
yeah,
were like,
they're
"Oh,
good
that's
tiles.
they're
Excellent.
great."
Oh man.
That is where we'll pick it up next time.
Oh,
We sneak
my
our way through
goody,
the Broken
goody,
Crown
goody
Outpost.
God.
A lot of lead up to this point.
That was the saddest natural one.
It's gonna be
I
fine,
can't.
guys. It's going really well.
It's going better than it could have gone. I
biffed
made
it
it
a
so
little.
much. I
Sure.
biffed it. I also biffed it. Like
She shoots that second arrow, it bounces around, and she's like,
if anyone dies, it
goes
was.
out the window.
If anyone dies
Jumps out the
over the course of the next 2 episodes, it was probably my fault. Either because of the fucking nearly lost. I thought you were gonna die because of our magical items.
Oh.
You went down.
Yeah.
And then you made a death save.
Oh, that happened this episode.
Yeah, it's in the
I
past.
tell you to run
All right.
away, and nobody really ran away. You did other stuff
Listen.
other than running away.
Graven
made
was
two
right.
deaths. One success and one fail.
Yeah.
You were one natural one away from the sweet kiss of death.
Oh my god.
we got
I have
another dregs.
Revivify and some other dregs.
That's true. That's
right.
like
Two
that.
natural ones away.
Just a Graven special away.
Yeah.
At this point, it is
I did back-to-back
full-on Erland
natural ones
special.
today.
Yeah.
It
God.
has
That
been
was
Two natural.
rife
Yeah.
with natural.
Our time stampers are gonna be very excited.
2 natural ones.
All right, Snapping Cobra did 100 bits. Crazy Locha did 100 bits. Richard Troglodyte Man did 100 bits. Crazy Locha gave out 10 community subs. Snapping Cobra did a
Hey.
bit. Richard Troglodyte Man did 200 bits. Crazy Locha with 100 bits. Indigo Chameleon rated us. I'm so sorry. It's been a while, but welcome. We watch your stream all the time and we follow you on Instagram.
Yeah.
That's the platform. Yeah, I get them all mixed up now at this point. But we definitely follow you
They're
on.
all
I think
the
it's Instagram. Crazy. So welcome, hello everybody. It's so good to see you. Crazy Locha gifted a sub to Indigo Chameleon. Thank you very much. Snapping
welcome.
Cobra did a bit. Crazy Locha gave out another sub. Snapping Cobra did 100, and then GF Powers coming in hot at the end with 100 bittery.
Hey.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed the hijinks, the highs and the lows.
Oh my god.
Mostly highs.
It was I feel pretty good.
Depends on who you ask.
This episode as a whole.
Still got 3
We
key
did
points
good.
left.
I'll see if I can find larger.
You've used 2, you have 5
I
total.
have 5 total.
How many keys do you have left?
I have 3 left.
1 per level.
That was one of the dumber things I've ever said.
So as we figure out
keys?
next week what they might be doing down there, if they might have already gotten the key to the records room.
Oh yeah, that could be another reason why they stopped.
You know,
Because they succeeded.
yeah, no, I think they
Discerning.
probably also heard the gong 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 gong.
With an arrow
That's what it sounded like.
Your tortoise was better.
It wasn't in like a tin box. It wasn't like clink clank clank boom ting dong.
That's what you made it sound like.
like-
You were like, it ricochets around the
Off the
turret.
stone.
Hits Erland right in the leg, yells.
That would have been better. He was in the silence.
Yeah, I know.
Your Ace Ventura.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, so much for joining us. We'll be back the same time next week, 7 o'clock on Sunday, and we'll pick it right where we left off.
Tony Jabroni got home.
What?
Tony Jabroni got home.
Oh,
What do you mean you
good.
got-
He was on the road. Hey.
Oh, welcome home,
Home.
Ronnie.
Another person that Anthony knows. in the-
Another person.
Not to be confused with Boney Jabroni.
Not to
Not
be
to be
confused.
Not related to you, correct?
think I
Confirm this. No
I
bony
don't know.
jabroni in
Let
the
me know.
family?
Distant cousin.
I think I was trying to think of was Nutsy.
What?
Nutsy. It's the character from the animated Robin Hood who like fires
Oh.
off a thing that like
Yes, just like that.
trigger
Dang
finger.
permit.
Damn it, Nutsy.
Oh, I love that little
Yeah.
guy.
Oh, goodness.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much. We hope you enjoyed the ride. We'll be back next week, and we'll pick it up there. Have a wonderful week.
Good
Good night, everybody.
you